And we are live.
Hello.
Hello, cuties.
Hey,
Thank you so
everyone.
much for bearing with us.
Well, we
It was-
figured out how to clap.
We were learning how to clap.
Tuesday.
We clap like a horse.
We're good at a great many things, but
But good timing is apparently not one of them. Or, synchronized timing is not
there.
one of them. But hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us for Quest, the Soaring City.
Yeah. Robert, what title did we land on?
Shared norms?
Excellent.
The uncertainty!
Well, there was like this moment where I was just like, maybe he was saying that those two titles have shared norms and I have just screwed up.
You know what? It will work, whether or not it was intentional.
You leave Norm alone. He's a good citizen. He recycles his
We love
rubbish.
Norm.
I'm sorry.
Are you though?
Listen, if you hurt
No.
Norm, we hurt
Not
you.
even a little bit. So just for my own sanity, and because this was like session 3 of season 1, can someone remind me who Norm was?
Norm was the guy that Darunel had fucked over with the sewage
He's-
treatment plant the first
he's-
time.
He's one of
I was like, let me
Darrenel's.
check my notes.
No, he was just like one of Darrenel's neighbors who complained about Darrenel not taking out the recycling, and then things kind of escalated.
Yeah.
from there.
That is
Showed up
correct.
when Zayke was like challenging Darnell to a debate.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, so they were going to rob a capitalist. It didn't go the best. Now they need to distract a capitalist, and this guy Norm kind of helped, a little bit.
He just complained about Darrenel, and Faris was like, "I can latch onto this."
Yes, basically. Well, because Ferris was left to pick up the pieces when Zayke poofed.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally not my fault.
Thanks for
totally.
nothing, Zayke.
100% Nunu's fault, not Zake's fault. Nunu's fault.
Oh yeah, sure.
So, where are we today?
Gonna
The
explore
catacombs?
some catacombs.
The meow comes.
We're in the catacombs.
Yeah. So yesterday, after having a wonderful birthday party for our naturalist Ro, who is now 13, a little question mark on the end. Yeah. They discovered a catacomb underneath the Julip Cemetery, particularly underneath the grave of one Norm. No last name given. There was a button on the side of it. Okay, I blame Mesa for that one because
Oh yeah, sure,
Broke
blame
off
me.
with someone else.
God, it's a
Yeah,
day,
totally.
everyone.
Yeah. So, and when they pushed this button on the side of the tombstone, the ground opened up to reveal a staircase clawing into the depths of the earth. There was also Alika there, and I'm sure no other details from last session will ever come up.
Yeah, nothing
I
happened.
am-
Everything's fine.
Legit.
Everything is
Everything's
not awkward.
fine.
And
Yeah,
it's all good.
we're good.
Yeah.
Unlike Alika
Fine.
and Ferris had multiple awkward conversations.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
It's not like
It's all they do.
It's not like Starfall Spire is just full of flaming garbage cans.
Awkward people who just can't
Fine.
admit their feelings for each other. It's fine.
Everything's fine.
So
It's fine.
the staircase is kind of narrow. I don't really give a shit about the marching order, but I want to know who's in front and I want to know who's in back.
Well, Farah's probably be somewhere near the front because she opened up the tunnel.
Are you in the
and
front,
Has,
Isa?
and has,
Otherwise
has
I
the
don't care.
glowy stick.
Are you in the
She has
front or
glowy
not?
Stick. Yeah.
Okay, so you're in the front.
If Faris
Poison
is in the
gas.
front, then Zayke will be in the back.
Oh, well, that's not sus.
Not at all.
Speaking of details we didn't mention from last session,
Oh,
Luna's the
yeah.
imposter.
I saw Zayke vent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
Zake's the
blue-
imposter.
we all saw
Confirmed.
Zayke vent, but for some reason we're not voting him out.
It's very weird. Nobody voted in time, that's why.
Yeah.
So I think Ro's gonna be in the front, like right behind Ferris, if Ferris is leading the way. Because this isn't the same way Ro came the first time, but it makes sense for them to be sort of trying to look for something familiar.
And they have cool like
They can
senses and
sniff it out.
stuff.
Yeah, actually I will, it's probably been an hour, I think, since... Yeah, actually this is the day after the party, so I'm gonna go ahead and spend an AP for Prey Sense again. Which is the thing that just gives me a heads up if somebody tries to sneak up on us.
Hell yeah.
Ah.
Oh yeah, I think I activated shield last time, but I will also for free
I think you
activate
did.
my Fiery Avenger, so my spear is all glowy to light the way.
Seeing that
Torch
the front,
spear, it's a spear and it's a torch.
seeing that the front is all lit up, Zayke from the back will mutter an incantation, and his blade kind of starts glowing with little motes of starlight, giving the same kind of radius of light.
Lena's got her spy glasses that let her see in the dark, so she's just gonna put those on. Be like, yeah.
Well, since everyone's doing something, I'm gonna, for 0 AP, diagnose somebody with an illness. Whatever. I got something to do too.
Okay.
Do you
Who
feel
would like
left
to
out?
diagnose? Rose right in front of you.
Do you feel left out, Doctor?
Doctor's like, I want to play too.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Oh wait, I have a
Alika,
special
who
pocket
you're
watch.
adventuring.
I'm actually useful.
Oh yeah, right.
He says
Oh, yeah,
through
you do have
tears.
that.
The pocket watch points to Ferris.
I knew it.
Wait, what?
'Cause Ferris has an abyssal iron dagger.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, did I bring that with me? Okay.
All right.
Yes, you did.
Apparently.
Okay.
Now you did.
Yes,
Now you did.
and-
Okay.
And Alika's there with you. She is roughly in the middle, and she draws her sword, ready for trouble should it arise.
Mhm.
Ferris, you venture down the steps. They don't go too far, but there was a temperature shift. You know, it was morning in this misty canyon. It wasn't particularly warm, but it drops colder. It is maybe just slightly above freezing. You can see your breath in the air against your torchlight. And after venturing down, you come upon a door. Well, you're pretty sure it's a door. It is a slab of stone with an intricate carving upon it, the symbol of the Baron Kovrax in its swooping circles juxtaposed against hard lines in a star formation. In the center of it is a divot or a slot. It is vertical, about the breadth of, say, a dagger.
Oh, funny that. Seeing this, Faris will take the dagger out from her belt and
As you
sort of hold it up to
slide the dagger out, you hear a gasp from behind this the stone slab and panic as you hear like boots clomping around and panicked whispers, and then somebody very loudly goes, "Shh, shh, shh, it'll be okay."
This is not like the same way Ro came at all, though, right? Like,
No,
okay.
you're about similar topographically, but you're not certain about the connection through here.
whispering. I'll turn to Ro and say, "Did you see anyone else down here when you were here?"
I didn't see anybody except that, I don't know, robot person thing. But it didn't talk at me or anything.
Well, this is the only way, so let's be on our guard and ready, just in case.
Okay. And Ro just drops into wolf form like immediately. But I sit down next to Ferris with my wolf tail just kind of wagging.
Everyone ready?
Yeah. I mean, they sound nervous, so it's probably fine.
Yeah, I will put the dagger into the door.
As the iron scrapes against the stone, blood red light starts to peel down along this sigil shape, filling in the lines etched in the stone. And as that's happening, it starts to rotate slowly. And as that starts, the panic re-ensues on the other side of the door as you hear people, even a couple shouts. And then you hear other stone moving from the other side of the door. And as this stonework finishes a quarter turn, so it's then horizontal, and then depresses in, and then by the time it is descending downward to reveal the space, you just hear one person proclaim loudly, "Bitches!" As you see, as you see one man standing in a sizable stone-hewn room, angry at a wall. At the back of the room is a pile of corpses, a fairly large pile of corpses, in various states of decay.
Fresh corpses,
and-
or
I said various states of decay.
okay.
I will say that none of them look like they happened a minute ago. This man standing at the wall has his fists clenched and is wearing kind of like khakis and a button-up shirt with like some kind of lame flannel pattern, and a belt of brown leather. And as he turns his head, he kind of hunched down, and you see Norm standing there, looking very out of place.
Norm.
Fucking Norm.
Hi.
Hi.
Didn't expect to see you down here, of all people.
He brings his fist down and kind of eyes the brick wall that he seems to be shouting at, and turns back and goes, "I think I'm lost."
Are you though?
What? I didn't hear you.
What are you doing down here, Norm?
Well, you see, I got kidnapped by these women. They were it's just you're not gonna believe me, are you?
Probably not.
Well, that's all right. And he kind of puts his hands on his hips, bent a little bit, and turns back to the pile of corpses. Doesn't look very good anyway. Well, I guess it's well, I guess you'll get to see my real passion for recycling. As he raises his hand, and his hand kind of cracks, and as another motion outward, little shards of bone fly into a number of the corpses, and they begin to stand up.
This took a turn.
May
Norm, I thought we were friends.
toss
So you do
a
it.
weapon at him, please?
Why would you do this, Norm?
So the corpses are standing up, but yeah, you're the protagonist. You get to act first. So what would Lena like to do?
Oh, Lena is. What the fuck is happening? What? Updating the list of people I trust to no one. And I'm just gonna go ahead and remove the dog from under my desk and throw a dagger at Norm, please.
Roll the die.
Nat, just tell me something. As this man, which Zayke has no idea who he is, because he blinked before Norm appeared, by the way, just very confused that Faris knows a man that's in the catacombs.
The pile of bodies.
I think the doctor is the only other person who knows him.
Does it seem like shooting these shards of bone is casting a spell, Nat?
No.
Ha!
I wanted to be able to do the same.
I know, Nunu, but
No,
you
it's okay.
see, I planned for that one.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lena, what'd you get?
Oh, yeah, I gotta roll the die, eh? You can just,
I did.
what if I just picked a
Yeah.
number?
I mean, I think the gods frown on that.
As long as you pick a 1, it's fine, Megan.
Why would I do
That's
that?
fair.
I always forget where our threshold is. I rolled a 13. That's a success. So huzzah.
I mean, you can just tell me
Go
the number.
13.
Nice, yeah.
I just
So your dagger flies out and strikes Norm. You know, just for a little color. Where does it strike Norm?
yeah, I think I want to get him in like the shoulder of the arm he was shooting the weird bone shards out of.
Sure. Yeah.
Just as like a, hey, mayhaps don't do that, weirdo. Just want to.
That's fine. Your dagger strikes and tears along his like blue flannel, flannel quote unquote, flannel patterned
Fantasy
like button
flannel.
down. Yeah, it just cuts along it, and there's a little bit of a wound, as you can see, and skin underneath.
Does it look like
bleeds a
normal
little, just a little.
person's skin? Like,
I mean, maybe. How interested are you in that information?
like his hand went all and I
Yeah,
want to know
yeah,
what
it
that's
did happen.
about. And I don't understand magic. Everybody else
That's
has
fair.
magic crap. I don't know magic. I just kind of want to see if he's like a human or not.
Why don't in the thick of battle, why don't you roll the die to see if you can spy what's up?
Like, it seems like something Lena would do. Oh, that's a 14. Yeah. So 14.
All
do
right.
I
So it's not bleeding the normal amount.
The norm.
Normal amount. And also as there's a wound left there, and it goes kind of deep. You did 2 whole points of damage. That's a significant portion of a normal person's livelihood, right there. Where it gets like the deepest, it's not bleeding. The blood's coming from the sides. Where it's the deepest, it's just dark.
I hate
You
it.
also
Do not like.
kind of have a grok the fact that he doesn't seem to like scream in pain or really react very much at all.
I don't like that either. This might be a job for magic. Hurting. Go
Who
get
would
'em,
go
team.
next, because that's how this game works.
May I thunderous word Norm to prevent him from possibly animating any more skeletons? Question mark.
Skeletons? Ooh, he has little faith.
Yeah, Faris will sort of reactively utter out the word Solarith under her breath, and this like shockwave emanates from her, and I'm gonna target Norm. I can target how many creatures? Up to 3, so I'll target Norm and 2 of the corpses. Hit
They
them for
have
2
to be
damage.
nearby.
Well, I walked over to him, didn't I?
Oh yeah, that would
Because I was
totally
talking
make
to
sense.
him.
Yeah.
I was already talking to him,
That
so I
works.
assumed I was
Yeah.
nearby.
Sorry.
That's all right. So the wave knocks up to 3 creatures backwards, hits them each for 2 damage. Creatures affected by the spell are briefly dazed and cannot use special abilities during their next turn. And-
You dispatch. So one of these corpses is just getting up, and this wave of thunderous light energy slams it against the wall, and its back of its head kind of collapses in, and it falls down. It doesn't get back up.
Okay. And Faris will look at that, then look at Norm and be like, "We weren't going to attack you. What? Why can't anyone in the city just be normal?"
Not even Norm.
Not
Norm.
even Norm.
Yeah, and that launches him back a little bit, but he manages to keep on his feet.
So how many creatures has Norm managed to animate?
Well, you saw that the number of bone shards flying out of his hand were higher than 5.
Okay.
It was probably hard to grok exactly how many are getting up at this finite moment.
And are they the animated creatures nearby, or because we were outside still, right? The door.
Yeah. I think you can get to him. You have to run by Norm though.
Oh, because he's in between. Okay, fine.
That being said, he can't use any special abilities, so like it's probably fine.
Sure. Zayke will just like very confused. Who the Faris? What? Just take care of that, and he just dashes towards the animated corpses.
Sure.
Yeah. So as he approaches one of them, the first one in line, unclasps a little clamp on his back and unleashes the wand of Lorelei, traces it around across the blade where it's glowing with motes of starlight, and erupts in this bluish flame brighter than before, and just completely tries to strike and launching this flame towards the first creature that is there.
Do we have a new aesthetic?
This is the newest wild attack aesthetic, because casting spells and swinging is not very safe. There will be 5.
So
Let me
that's
see
a
what it
failure,
does.
I believe.
Yeah, but it does special things, Nat.
Oh
It's
right.
the
Wild
attack.
slash.
Don't forget that Zayke is special.
Never forget.
Never. So
Cool.
you
I
miss, and all enemies within reach may counterattack you immediately.
Let's go. This is fine.
So as you swing into this group, the writhing mass moves a little more suddenly than you're expecting, and they don't move like normal corpses. They all the limbs go off in the wrong directions, kind of crossing the body, and they move almost like a knot, and their mouth just is angry and glows a little red, and you're going to just get attacked by 5 of them.
Yes.
Can I intercept?
One moment.
One of them, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could actually intercept each of these in sequence if you wanted to, technically, I think. Right?
Just go halfsies.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
So
Yeah.
How dangerous are we living?
Selena, do you have to ask?
Stop
Is it all of
Megan.
them? Really?
I have counterattack.
No, shush. Let me live or not. I mean, depending on how things go.
Fair.
Yeah, I'll block like the first 2. And then I guess
Okay.
I'll let Zayke take some hits too. 'Cause he's good. I'm never gonna hear the end of it otherwise. So
That is
So
correct.
the first one bites you for 1 point of damage because it got a mixed success, and it doesn't get too good. The other ones can use their special abilities and they scream at you. It's different
I
because
don't
Ferris is
mean
Ferris.
that.
The first one, which is this high-pitched wailing scream that gets to a level where you're very like head aches. I don't know. I have a lot of migraines in my life, so I imagine just like the worst
Same.
migraine.
Cool.
Cool.
I can.
But that's only a
I can
mixed
conjure
success,
that.
so you just take 2 damage, and then the other 3 do that at Zayke. And we have a failure and 2 more mixed successes. I don't get to do the cool thing. Zayke, you get yelled at a little bit. It's kind of
Could've
rattling.
taken
Your
that.
head hurts. It's 4 damage.
Cool.
I
And
could've
this is
taken all that.
most definitely
Would've
not a
been
basic
fine.
attack, I reckon.
So Lena, Ferris, and Zayke have gone. The Doctor and Ro still get to act.
Yeah, so Doctor will whip his left arm as a scalpel comes flying from underneath his robes into his hands. And he's just gonna, from a distance, aim the scalpel at Norm and just be like, "This isn't normal, Norm. Shouldn't be doing this." As The scalpel begins to vibrate as light purplish energy comes off of it, and I'm going to do an empowered magic strike on Norm, which is just 4 automatic damage as the scalpel shoots out magical energy directly at Norm.
All right, so as this strikes Norm for 4 damage, bringing damage total to 8, his skin rips open, billowing off like a skin cloak, and leaving behind nothing inside.
Oh, I did not mean to do that.
He falls to the ground like Obi-Wan. Except it was
Okay.
skin.
Strike me and I shall become more powerful.
I'm sorry, I just can't get over skin cloak.
Skin cloak.
Like, at the
Yes.
dead of
Speaks
night,
my
as
half.
I lie awake in bed, I'm just gonna hear skin cloak.
Skin cloak.
Oh,
Skin cloak, bitches.
I hate it so much.
Not disgusting at all.
This is the worst.
It makes you
Disgusting.
feel if it makes you feel any better.
I
It
doubt
won't,
it will.
There was
I-
some clothes on it, so it's a skin and clothes cloak.
No.
A skin
That's
cloak
so
cloak.
I feel like that's
somehow.
worse because then you can tell that a person was wearing it.
Yeah. That's cool. I didn't need to sleep tonight.
That's fine. Not enough melatonin in the world.
Yeah. So the cloak tears open and crumbles onto the ground in kind of a flaccid way. There's a beat, and then Ro, you get to act.
You
do you
just keep
want
making
that
things
word with that?
worse.
I don't want to hear flaccid skin cloak, Nat.
I'm trying to swallow coffee. You need to stop.
You did this to yourself.
You said it.
Yeah.
Yes, your fault. So that's a new special item, right? It's going in the game, like
Flaccid
actually,
skin
classic
cloak.
skin cloak.
Who has the least amount of magic items right now? That person deserves it.
Ugh.
Well, it's Sam's turn, Ro.
Now that now that Norm has melted or whatever, are there still any like animated bodies?
Yes, the rage knots are still angry.
Rage knots. Okay. Let's see. I don't think I've got anything because I was gonna just focus on Norm there. All right. So I'm just gonna sort of. Wolf Row just sort of whines at the weird pile of skin clothes for a moment, just sort of confused. You all sort of hear in your heads because I can speak telepathically. This is like my this is my shoot, what is it called? My wild evolution, so I don't pop back into a human form if I hit 0 while I'm in like normal wolf form. Just FYI. But I mean, I can speak telepathically, so I think you all just sort of hear. I don't think people are supposed to do that. Is that normal? And I just keep going, like bounding towards whichever body is closest, and I'll bite at it.
Yeah, you were already a wolf, right? Right.
Yeah,
So yes.
I morphed into a wolf when we found that first door. That is
You were
a
a smurf.
15.
That's a full success. You bite it for 3.
3, yeah. Just
So you give it a real good snarling, but it is still animate.
leave my pack alone.
And just, thank you for coming to my presentation on why I should not host the Halloween party. I hope you enjoyed it.
Flaccid skin cloak.
Now with clothes.
now with 80% more clothes.
Oh.
Okay. So, these animate creatures get to hurt you now. The ones who are right there with them are Lena, Zayke, and Ro. And one of them can't do its anger shout, so it's just gonna bite You know, that one's gonna get angry at Ferris and actually bound out to Ferris and try to bite Ferris. For 2. Just a little bite. And then the rest of them are going to anger shout. And as they do, so last time 5 attacked, a couple more get up. There are a total of 7 remaining.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
It's fine. It's fine.
Do any of our intercepty fam want to intercept? There are 2 going at each of you.
That's fair. I'll say that's fair.
Okay.
They both intercept
Oh,
both of the
yeah.
attacks at
I
each
say
other
next-
and
Yeah,
still
no,
take
yeah,
the
let's
same
do
number of
that.
attacks.
I was like, now if you're like, no, it's fine, I'll be like, oh, bitch, fuck you. No, that's
Lena will take
fair.
1 more.
Yeah, I'll take 1 more. Just to show that I can do it. Just to
Right,
really
so-
stick it to Zayke.
So Lena gets triumphed at,
God damn
and
it.
is going to. So this a ringing migraine that
Thanks,
lasts a
doctor.
period of time. And while that's in effect, all of your results are shifted down 1 success band. It's
Oh,
bad.
but I was so successful before. Oh no.
In addition to that, you take 6 damage.
Whatever.
Zayke,
2
one
hit
of these
points is
people
like my
failed. What
sweet spot.
happens? Nice.
Is it a special ability?
It is a special ability. It's an attack though. Still an attack.
It's not a basic attack though. I can only counterattack basic attacks.
Oh, that's sad. So
Yes, it
besides
is.
that, you take 3. And then Ro, you also take 3. Zayke and Ro. So you didn't get crit on, so the effect is different. You just have to attack on your turn. Nothing
Okay.
fancy. You have to stab.
I
That's
jump.
them. It is back to you.
Well, if everyone else is slow, the doctor will be like, "Oh no!" and run up to Lena and just from behind hug.
Everyone's just like covering their ears.
Who needs self-preservation when you have the doctor around?
Yeah,
Is
you
that
go-
the one that removes bad things too, or is it just health?
It gets rid after a short time. It gets rid of short-term impairments, including temporary blindness, deafness, weakness, and illness. The spell does
Okay,
not
so that
remove
won't
permanent
solve
effects.
this problem, but right now, but it will solve it eventually.
How many hips do I get?
All of them.
Hell yeah.
How many hips?
The one that I can do that's less is only out of combat, so it's always all of them.
So there are
great.
7
Doctor.
corpses left. Nat, you were muted.
Yeah, you said nothing.
Yes.
Nude.
Okay. Whichever
The thing is, I
3...
wasn't muted. It just didn't work.
your voice just
Your
didn't work.
voice? The microphone.
Seeing a bunch of party members get set upon by these corpses, and that they have these weird abilities, Faris is going to target the 3 that are closest to people being attacked, and Thunderous Word them as well. So she'll just turn around and extend her hand, and this like corona of energy will extend from her and hit those 3 that are closest to like Lena and Zayke and Ro.
Okay. 2 of them die as you smite them down dead. One of them just gets tumbled, and they like, wrap themselves up kind of weird. So he's kind of on his back, turtling a little bit, trying to flip over.
Okay. So he's fallen over and can't use his special abilities. Excellent.
Exactly. I'm glad you understand.
And I'm gonna then sort of move in to try and maybe take some of the attacks for my injured teammates if they start attacking again. And she'll
Great.
hold her spear out in front of her.
Zayke, Lena, or Ro, who's next?
Zayke will take Faris's intervention as she jumps into the midst of combat and just flip around her back and strike opposite where she's standing with a normal attack, which is an 11.
which is a mixed success. So I have to give you 2 options, and then no, this is wild swing, because that one has its own result.
No, it's just a normal attack.
Okay. Didn't want to live dangerously again. I understand.
Yeah, I have 3 HP.
Bitch.
All right, so the first one will be just half damage. That's pretty standard. The other one is that the one that can't get up is going to use your leverage to get back up.
Sure, let's go with the second one.
All right, so you do 2 damage.
3 damage.
You
'cause of
wound it.
Fiery Avenger.
Oh, 3 damage. Okay, so never mind. Then you kill it.
Ha!
You're so cool. Slicing it in twain, like a hero.
Thank you, Ferris.
Except you're not, because you're Zayke.
No problem.
Hey. Yeah, you're right.
I'm just now remembering that Alika's supposed to be here, because I'm good at this
yeah.
game.
Oh yeah.
That is
There's your
valid.
wife.
She was just so shocked to find out that Norm is a traitor.
Exactly.
Norm
She's
was
best
on the
friends with
council.
I went to high school with him.
High school with it. We were lab partners.
And then we fought together in the revolution.
No. It's nothing like that. I grew up across the street from him. Nothing like that. Anyway, Alika's gonna use her badass abilities, and she's going to call out to Ferris and say, "Steel yourself. You can do this," and give Ferris an extra action. And then she's gonna stab a couple things.
No.
That's my future
And
wife.
she's gonna do it really well, because that's a
my
crit.
wife. She crit. Aw, yeah. What a bamf.
All right. So after doing that, then she cuts one of them's head off. One of their heads off.
Yeah.
I feel like it's valid anytime.
Word. And then Iza goes again now.
So is this just like, sorry, because I haven't used this before. So is this just I get 1 extra turn now, as opposed to like 2
Yeah.
actions on my turn?
No, yeah.
Okay.
It's just you take 1 action now.
Okay. Zayke's looking worse for wear, right? And now we're standing back to back. So Faris will turn to him and be like, "No problem here," and put her hand on his back, and this like warm magical energy will seep into him as I cast Oblation. And Zayke heals for let me just check. I think it's 6. Yeah, 6 hit points.
Cool.
We've got this.
Easier now. Huh. Warm.
Don't.
Weird. It's different. Nunu, Zayke, you feel your heart beat once. It's very uncomfortable.
I also feel that then.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Lena would feel that too, because you can feel each other's heartbeats.
Like, that was fucking weird.
Yeah. Who hasn't gone yet this round?
I think it might just be me and Lena, I guess.
Yeah. And Ro.
Yeah.
I had
Wants
to
to go?
attack, I guess, so I'll just do that because that's quick.
Yeah.
I only got the one thing to really do. I'll just I think the dead thing in front of me is still up. It roared in my face, so I'm just gonna sort of wolf roar back at it, like sort of howl in its face, which goes echoing off the stones around us. And with an 18,
Love it.
that'll hit for 3 damage.
Hell yeah.
All right. You grab a hold of its head, and then you remove that head from the rest of it.
I'm like a dog when it's like playing tug of war,
Yeah.
just like shaking my head back and forth, like, and the head goes flying.
There are 2 left.
Okay.
Lena, your go.
I will stab one of them with my
Proud.
headache. That's gonna make me not do great at
Bad.
this, so maybe we'll find out the answer to what's 1 success step below a critical failure. Let's see.
The
See how it
catastrophe of
goes.
catastrophes?
Well, that's a 17, so that would be a mixed success then.
Yes. All right. So, let's see. It's either half damage, or I'll offer you no damage, but you clear your mind.
Ooh.
I guess I'll take the second one.
I don't
You
wanna,
have
but
to,
I'll
you-
take it.
No, that's the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
So
As you go to
Lena won't
stab,
do
you
that.
stumble, and there's kind of this moment where you bend, and there's this pain, and then you take a moment to center, and you manage to, it's just fake from this creature. You just push it out.
Yes.
The two remaining ones are going to. They're gonna go fusion ha and become one big. No, that's gonna shout at you again.
Stop shouting, you
One of
creature!
them's gonna shout at Ferris. One's gonna shout at Zayke. They're right next to each other.
Okay.
I would like to intercept.
They're both successful. They do 3 damage to each of you. You have to
Okay.
attack next turn. Next action, technically.
Okay.
Fine,
Somebody murder
Lena.
them.
All right, Ferris, we
Fine.
got this. They just shout
Oh, yeah.
and we swing at each other like a. I don't know.
Yes, stab each other. Nunu, do it. Betray them.
It is now, finally.
It is time. Thank you for healing me.
now.
Stab.
Episode 2. It's time.
It's time. I mean, not at each other.
Monster.
These things don't seem very sturdy, do they, Nat?
No, they. I'm gonna tell you straight. They have basic minion HP.
Sure.
So one
I'm pretty
each.
sure that's 3.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
4 in this game. Minions have 4 HP in this game.
Okay.
Oof. Okay. Zayke will just like nod at Faris and kind of shove Lena aside gently and just lunge as he and just putting his full weight of his body in front of any possible attacks that might come from this, which is very reckless. So wild attack it is again.
Hit me, baby.
A natural 20. Triumph.
All right, so that's 8 damage, and so I'm actually doing a pile HP method where you just deal damage against a pile and then kill things as you pop the number. So you actually kill both of them.
And that was 12 damage, by the way, Nat.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
You're so cool.
But no, Isaac, tell me how you murder these 2 rage nuts.
Cool. In that case, you'll just the nod to Ferris is more like of a clear out, and he shoves Lena aside and nods to Ferris at the same time. Just swings his blade backwards, so the blade is facing along his forearm, and just stabs backwards and swings, and the flame kind of licks the side of his arm and kind of swings and arcs towards these kind of in front, clearing both of them.
Nice.
They both wail slightly mournfully as they burn to death.
Nathaniel! First flaccid skin cloak and then this!
Look, I told you, don't let me host the Halloween party.
No, you are definitely hosting that. Yeah.
Lena, right as combat, right as combat is clearing up, you spy something. You know exactly what it is. There was a shadow moving towards the door.
Ooh, you don't say. Like
Yeah,
like a shadow on the ground, or like the shadow of a person,
Yeah.
like
shadow of a person
Can I?
on the ground. You can only see it because of Ferris's really bright spear.
Like, is this like? Do I? All right, because I'm trying to figure out, because like I have a cloak that like makes me invisible except for my shadow, so I'm like,
Yeah, it
Would
looks
I-
like that.
all right, then I'm just gonna run and like tackle
Sure.
at the shadow,
Roll the die.
Just like
You
a
run,
crazy-
You definitely impact something.
just like a crazy person, just running at nothing.
Just I like dog head.
Should you also wail mournfully?
Should I roll for tackle? Yeah, let me.
Yeah, roll the die. See how it
Roll
goes.
to tackle.
19.
That's a
Critical
close
attack.
Yeah, you.
Critical
That's a crit for
tackle.
us.
That's a crit for us.
Oh, I heard 18.
19.
Oh, ooh, yeah. You do great.
I crit tackle.
So
Oh,
you
God.
run and bowl over this figure. They're slight, and you actually
So am I.
get their weight under you, and you feel something slam into the steps that they were just at, and they flicker into view as they were blinking, as they lost any ability to maintain whatever was happening. When you cracked their head on the stone steps. You see a woman with crimson eyes and long dark hair and ringlets. She looks up at you, really pissed off. She doesn't say anything immediately.
Going somewhere?
Well, I didn't think I was very welcome anymore.
Well, how would you know if you were welcome or not if we didn't even know you were here to begin with?
Oh, can I stand up, please? Okay, fine. I will talk from here. There was fucking rage zombie things shouting at everyone. I didn't feel particularly welcome here.
Yeah, neither did we. And then you were running away. So, I mean, not to assume things because I don't know you, but it makes you seem like maybe you had something to do with it. And
Those things?
I
You're
don't
mad?
I don't know. I mean, a little. I got bit by them, which sucked. So I'm a
that's
little
not-
mad.
You should sanitize that.
No, it's fine. There's a doctor.
Hello.
All right, so you can stand up. Is she? You said she's slight. Is she? Where is she compared to Lena on the slight
Can you
scale?
remind me how tall Lena is?
5'2".
She's slightly taller than Lena, but thinner.
Okay. So I'm gonna like, kind of like, scramble off of her, but extend the blade from my arm out and just like hold it at her. Be like, you can stand up, but I will tackle you to the ground again without a second thought if you make any weird moves.
She puts her hand up on the side of her head and feels where her head cracked into the step and pulls away, and you see red blood.
You're fine.
Can I just get a little water or something?
Okay, come back over here. Doctor, I split someone's head open. Not mine. Hers.
I think let's try and talk this out, yeah? Are you...
You want some whiskey? I have whiskey for you.
Just water.
For the wound, to help it close.
Oh, that'll be horribly painful. Maybe tomorrow.
Oh yeah, no, it will hurt very badly.
Well,
I'm gonna say Ferris has a flask of water on her or something, and she'll just hand it to this poor woman.
This is gonna hurt
Yeah.
you more than it'll hurt
Looks at her
me.
and just-
don't start
Thank
poor womaning her.
she
She
she opens it up and
shifty things.
puts her head out to the side so it's not going to just spill all over her, and washes out a little bit. And then she looks and says, "Okay, if I have some."
Yeah, go for it.
And she drinks just a little bit, not a lot. Just...
Do you know anything about the man who was in here before?
She looks over at the flaccid skin suit on the ground and goes, "I'm no expert, but I don't think that was a man."
Man.
Was.
Yeah. Do you know anything about what's going on here?
No, I was out for a late walk. The fog makes it hard to see. I heard someone cast some spell, and I woke up down here. They have these things. They change skins sometimes. They steal them. I think I was next.
Are there multiple people doing this? So it wasn't just him?
Yeah.
Also, are they even people? You said things.
Oh, I was talking. Sorry, my head's a little scattered. I was talking about the skin suit as the thing.
Oh, and these people just wear them.
Yes.
Well, that's certainly not okay.
But how do we know that you're not one of them wearing a skin suit?
Well, she bled.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
the
I
other one
mean,
also
The
bled.
other one bled too.
Like,
I mean, I could find out, but that feels a bit aggressive. I don't know.
okay. How about this? Give me a knife, and I'll prove it to you myself.
Someone have a knife?
I mean, I do. How much AP? Wait, how much AP does Compel Truth cost? A knife for 0 AP, but give her a weapon or Compel Truth for 1 AP.
I am riddled with knives. Do you need knives? Lena just starts
also,
like pulling them out of her boots. She's got 5 on her and then 1 in her arms. So she's just like,
Beautiful.
I think we only need the 1.
she is a knife block. Yeah, I'll flip it and hand it hilt forward.
Okay, she grabs the hilt, just like the ball of the pommel, flips it around to across the long end of her hand, opposite, and then slices. She grits her teeth and slices deep along her shoulder, and blood just comes out rapidly. There's no evil darkness in the bottom of it. She shows you, and then she goes to grab the water again.
Okay, I think she's proved her non-corpsiness.
All right, but that doesn't explain. I mean, who are you?
How did you end up
Valestra.
here?
Valestra. Well, I would say nice to meet you, but I don't think that's appropriate.
These are
What's your
weird
name?
circumstances.
I am Zayke.
Well,
Oh,
I will
really?
say it is nice to meet you.
That's awfully optimistic of you, but sure.
Yeah, you don't even know him.
You were saying you were...
I thought I was gonna die. I'm gonna
Fair.
call it nice.
Essentially, we just saved her life, so, you know.
I just want your
You're
dagger back.
welcome.
It's very bloody.
Yep, I'll take it. I'm just gonna wipe it on my pants and stick it back in my boot.
What a badass.
What a
I love
badass.
Lena, she's so cool.
She's just 5 feet of disaster.
5 feet 2 of disaster.
5'2" inches of
I think-
disaster.
Ro
eyes
will
of blue.
switch back to human just to like be able to actually talk to this person if we need to.
When you switch back to human, she yelps. She's like, "God!"
Oh, it's okay.
Oh,
Ro.
hi, sorry.
They can just
All
do
the
that.
time.
They can do that.
I
It's
just
fine.
I thought it was like a pet.
No.
Oh no, we have one of those as well.
No,
But
Zeus is a pet and holds out the skeletal cat.
I'm sorry.
Tiny's back home.
Do you want
We're
to...
weird.
You're.
You want to rescind that nice to meet you already?
Oh, I said it to you.
Gotcha.
them.
Well, that was wise of you.
Do you know? Hi, I'm Faris, by the way.
Hi.
Do you know anything else about what's going on down here that might be useful? We came down here looking for something else and seem to have stumbled on this by accident, and don't really like the idea of this going on underneath the city. So.
She kind of bites her lip, grunting in pain a little bit, and let's head back and forth. So, I can tell you a little bit. That wall opens up, and she points to the brick wall that Norm was shaking a fist at when you first walked in.
Mm-hmm.
And when she says that, you hear more panicking from the other side of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So. We heard multiple voices. Are there other people who they've captured down here, or are those people we need to be concerned about for other reasons, like aka
I would be
fighting
very
reasons?
concerned about them. As you hear people shouting and whispering and more boot clomping and moving around,
Wait, are they
and like running.
more people like the other people? I just sort of point to the pile of not Norm.
More like the skin suit, not like the corpses.
Oh.
Is there anyone else they've captured down here?
Probably. I didn't see anyone else. Well, except him before they, well, did that.
Huh.
Does she mean Norm?
Yeah. she's like
Yeah.
she's saying she saw Norm before they denormified him.
Oh, I
Demonified.
see.
Oh.
I see.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
The door is stone, you said?
Yeah, so the door to this room is stone and had the dagger thing and opened. What she gestured to and said opens up was just a brick wall, but visually.
Okay.
She's saying she's seen it open.
Okay. Look
And it's
here.
closed now. It's just a wall.
It looks like just a brick wall. Oh, no, you might be able to inspect it and find
Yeah, can I-
reason to disbelieve that.
Can I use the mass amount of infiltration knowledge held within my tiny, tiny brain to try to figure out how this wall can possibly be a door, maybe?
Totally. I'm just gonna say you're investigating that. All this conversation continues. At some point, we'll
Yeah.
check in. I actually
Yeah.
intend to just give you that information, not make you roll.
Lena just is like, this is boring. I'm gonna look at this wall. And just
So, Valestro, it seems like you had a terrible, awful night. Unless you have any more information that might be useful to us, I'm probably going to suggest that you leave and go to safety.
Yeah. I hope. Oh shit! I hope my house is unlocked.
Do you feel safe to go alone?
What time is it?
What time is it?
Is it light out?
It's early.
It was morning. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Super early.
It's-
Mr. Batinga's is open if you're hungry.
He does not
That's
respond to
Rose
that.
process. That's Rose thought process. It's the best donut
can-
time.
I feel like I can get home. Check in with my family. I'll be okay.
Okay, is there a place that we might check up with you afterwards? See if
Might
everything's
ask you
okay?
some questions.
It's Julip Tower 17. It might have a new name now.
How long have you been here? Do you know?
It's hard to keep track of time without sun. If I had to guess, maybe 3 weeks.
What?
Oh,
So you were down here when the attack happened?
When what happened?
There w-
hmm.
Lots of stuff.
Ooh.
You missed a lot.
So when you go back up, right?
get a newspaper.
Yeah.
Get a lot of newspapers.
Valeric
that.
was attacked.
we stopped it.
Yeah, we stopped it. Everything's
They're calling us
You're
the
a
heroes
hero!
of Valerith.
Wait,
not
you're
little
saying
elves.
you
believe
all
that.
stopped it?
we
helped.
had
Yeah,
a hand.
we
in
were
it.
there.
There were a
We
couple of
didn't.
hands.
We didn't inhibit it.
Alika coughs and don't be humble.
Faris like glares at her awkwardly.
Rose like struck a superhero pose.
Along with
copied
Alika
out of their
here.
new comic.
Yeah. Along with Alika here and her forces, we helped to stop an assault on the city.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that no one found out you or any of the others were down here earlier. We'll definitely check in on you.
Zayke kind of pulls Alika aside for a second and just asks, do you have any idea if, and repeats the name of the tower that she said, 17? Something Tower 17.
Yeah.
Are there any major casualties from the inhabitants of that place?
Most of the Julip District stayed intact.
Perfect. Okay. Well, in that case, Valestra, once again, if you have any more information that you think it might be useful for us to unveil what the fuck is happening here, go ahead. If not, then probably get to safety. Just one more question.
Be careful. Oh, go ahead.
You were here for 3 weeks, and you said you only saw that pseudo man. Who fed you? Who gave you water? How did you survive?
There were others. They kept us They kept me and him healthy.
Just
In the
the
meantime.
2 of you for that whole time?
That was all that I saw.
Where were you being kept? In this room or somewhere else?
Deeper in, they do like chanting in here. There's deeper in. There's an area. It's like it's almost like it's fitted for like a show. There's seating and it's all bloody now.
What is this place?
It's past this weird mirror puzzle, but they leave it just like one turn off of finish. You just have to turn the first mirror and it solves it.
I saw a bunch of mirrors.
That's familiar, Ro?
That sounds familiar, but I didn't know what to do. Because there were a bunch of things.
Oh. Well,
There were a
apparently, you have
bunch
to
of
turn the mirror.
mirrors.
That's useful information.
Sorry, I should have mentioned that.
No,
No, it's okay.
you didn't know it was significant. It's fine.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel bad making you leave alone, but I think we need to investigate this.
Lika,
how
5-7
far
says,
away-
if you're really worried, I could escort her back. Looks at Ferris.
But my wife.
That's why it's your call, Izza.
Oh.
Leave the
long-
NPC to go off alone to die, not fight with wife.
How long have we walked since the entrance of the graveyard till here?
Maybe 100 feet of steps.
Oh, okay.
Not far. It was just hidden behind, like, two kind of hard to get through doors, so they felt
Yeah.
pretty safe.
Sure.
And presumably, like, all the people we're chasing are further within the catacombs and not waiting outside where we all just were.
Indeed. Theoretically.
Theoretically.
And she's gonna pipe up and go, really, I'll be okay. You all you heroes, you have important work to do.
You think too highly of us. Look, the entrance is just right there. At least let me accompany you until the entrance, and then once you're in the city, you're free to go.
Sure, I'd love to.
Okay. All right. Don't do anything foolish while I take her.
Before you
Can
go,
I want to do it.
Okay.
Intercept.
Lena, then Doctor.
Intercept.
I just want to. Actually, the thing I want to do is probably not gonna.
Call emergency meeting.
Let me see.
Smack the
Call
button!
emergency meeting. I just want to stick a tracker on him.
Ooh.
On Zayke.
On Zayke?
Yeah, I have a tracker item that is like just a tiny little bead that
All right.
I
So,
can use a compass to see which direction they're going in, and then it'll light up gold when they're in the same area as me.
Nunu, judgment call. Do you think Lena could very easily get close enough to put a tracker on Zayke without a roll?
Absolutely.
Then Lena, you do it.
Just
Just for
it's-
narrative
it's-
detail, where is it?
it's more like I don't trust this random woman that I tackle to the ground. I also know that Zayke's effed up, but I think I just stick it like I'll just walk up behind them and be like, You're good? You're gonna be able to make it there and back? You'll be good?
It's literally 100 feet.
Well, I don't know, you could blink out or do
If I blink out
He
here,
could
I
crack
blink
his
out
head
there.
on the steps, she
You could
says,
crack your head
staring
on-
at Lena.
These things happen. And I'm just gonna like put my hand on their shoulder and kind of like tuck it up under the pauldron
Classy.
and just be like, all right, hurry back.
Yep.
Before you go,
Let's
Alright.
go.
Oh,
I apologize for what I'm about to do to you, Nat. Doctor begins like moving around, looking at the scene around him, and he goes, I've seen this before. Something like this. Not exactly the same, but this reminds me of the curious case of the 13 judges. And I will spend 3 AP to use my curious case ability,
of course you will.
which will allow me to explain a situation that I've been in that is like this before, and then the guide must give me one of 3 pieces of information.
Okay.
So, back when I was being trained by my master, we came upon... Well, the best way we could call it is a ritual being performed. There were corpses everywhere. Skins, in fact, like this one. There were a group of 13 people who called themselves judges. They killed person after person, did not know why. But what we did learn was they could bring the corpses back. Use them like this. We stopped. Well, my master stopped them, still young. But when I think about it, these cases are not too far from each other. And so, basically, because I've mentioned 3 things that are similar to the thing, you have to either give me the motive of the perpetrator who was involved in the scene, the nearby location of a hidden message symbol or other detail that reveals the name or affiliation of someone who was involved in the scene, or where someone who was involved in the scene may be headed next.
So, is there one of these you're edging towards more strongly?
Yeah, I like motive a lot.
Okay, so in saying when the perpetrator who is involved in the scene, what scene exactly are we talking about? The dead bodies in the pot? Are we talking about the skin stealing?
Yeah, you know, the skin suit really is kind of perking my interest more than anything.
Alright. Motive. Well, there's... So, you're thinking about the color scheme and the iconography. This room, it was a big sudden fight before, but these weren't just random. This is stylistic to the old city, as it is sometimes very softly and euphemistically referred to, or more aptly, to Baron Colvrex's rule. This isn't just some random vault of miscreants murdering people and stealing their skin suits. These are people who are applying the trades and skills of the Baron, and probably still have an amount of loyalty there. And I will give you one more little juicy piece of information. The clothes she's wearing are in that color scheme too?
Oh, yeah. So as the doctor's going through all this and the epic, Sherlock Holmes X Death Note music plays in the background of him trying to figure things out, he slowly moves kind of into the path of where they would go to leave, and then looks back at the group and goes, and everything here, this is all in the style of the Baron. People doing this are probably... And then he kind of like looks at her. Very loyal. She's wearing these exact colors
As she does that, she tries to invoke a spell.
No. I say no at her.
All right, roll the die.
No.
I just, as she does it, I look at her and I go, no.
You all made
It
me
does not
feel
work, however. What does a 5 do?
Jerk.
Oh
Uh-oh.
no.
Oh, no,
Spell
spell
takes
just
effect
takes effect
normally.
normally. I was wrong. The answer was yes.
Made me feel like a jerk for not trusting her, cracking her
uh,
head open.
That's okay. The trick she has is she turns invisible again and tries to book for the door.
You what? Me?
Just like pulling the robes open, kind of like trying.
Can I try to attack, even though she's invisible?
You absolutely can.
Okay.
Or you could go the Lena move and try to crack her head on the steps again.
Do it, you won't.
Big regret
Self-control
not
is
using
for the
compel
weak.
truth now. Come on. Oh, 19 on the attack.
Oh shit.
It's just a roll back up before you tackle her, you get her down, you make her lose her focus on this spell, and as she springs into view, she spits on your face. And how did you even fall for that? I started by talking about the fog, and then I was down here for 3 weeks, and you never even asked why I was invisible to start? How you call yourselves heroes, you scum!
I'm just gonna because I've tackled her face first, so I'm just gonna pull my spear up around behind her neck and kind of hold her up by it, and cast compel truth on her. Which I
What's
think
your
I have to
questions?
roll for. I think I have to
I'm
roll
gonna
for
nudge
it.
Zayke when Ferris tackles her and be like, taught her everything she knows.
So I
Zake's
roll
not
the die.
not very responsive as that. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I rolled a 15, so the target is compelled to answer 3 questions truthfully.
What are your questions?
Does it have to be me who asks the questions, or can another player also, if the doctor has information, can he also ask questions?
Doesn't say you, so I think you can have. I'm gonna say you have control over who can do it, so I'll say you can designate someone to ask a question.
Okay, Faris, holding her in place, will be she's going to answer questions truthfully for a while, so doctor, if you need to get anything else out of her, we can question her.
Well, the most important question is, what are you doing down here? You who follow the Baron.
We live to be close to him.
Disgustingly vague.
Yeah.
She spits kind of at your foot. You're behind her, so she can't do it in your face very well. But she spits at your foot. She misses.
Means that, and not asking her, musing out loud. That means that's the
Be careful.
Baron.
Ask a question.
Oh, I don't know how to word this to not waste another one.
Need help with words, Doctor. Please try and explain yourself. I'm
This seems like a wonderful place to go to break. We're just a little early, but you can come back with questions decided.
That's actually a good idea.
yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So if you've enjoyed the flaccid skin suits and the double cross and the rage knots, just remember to remind these people never to ask me to host the Halloween party.
Or always ask.
Always.
Please host the Halloween party.
I'm begging you. They're mad. Help me.
Help you.
No, it's fine.
We're the ones dealing with
All right,
flaccid skin
get up.
suits.
Take a walk,
me.
hydrate. We'll meet you back here
Hydrate.
in 5-ish minutes. 5-10.
Please.
5 to 10.
Love you.
Don't listen.
And we're back, I believe. Yep, no, yeah, we're back. Hi, guys.
Yeah, hi.
Hello.
Nat is not recovered.
Oh, no. That's going through an
Why?
existential crisis.
Oh god.
Welcome back.
Skin cloak o'clock. No, I mean, no.
Yep.
Carry on.
Don't forget, it's Flaccid.
It's half past Flaccid Skin Clock, but we're coming up on a new hour.
Sorry, yeah, of
Remember
course,
when
my
you
bad.
asked Valestra if there were any other hostages here? Me. I am the other hostage
You-
here.
Oh.
This is you have made your
you
bed,
made
and now
this
you're
game.
complaining that you need to sleep in it. You've made it. Sleep in it.
Unacceptable.
You
Here we are.
started it.
And we're finishing it.
Valid.
You learned it by watching you, Nat.
You taught us everything we know.
Yeah, that's fair. So,
Yes.
so you are almost bamboozled by this woman, Valestra, if that is her real name, into letting her go. But right before she was going to walk out with Zayke and totally just, have a happily ever after, I'm certain. The doctor was like, wait, this was like this curious case I knew. The curious case of something. I don't remember
The
if he
13
actually gave a
judges.
name. The 13 judges, thank you. And that was kind of cool. And then it would be kind of, oh, she's evil. And then she ran. This time Ferris tackled her. She hissed out how idiotic y'all were and how you're scum. And then Ferris like compelled truth and asked why they're all here. And she responded that they live to be close to the Baron.
So the doctor's gonna look at her. Go. You trying to bring the Baron back?
Trying would be horribly inaccurate.
That's wonderful. Anybody else have a question? Because I'm all out.
We don't actually know how to. I turn to the others. I'm not asking her yet because Rose not. They don't feel like they can ask a thing without an adult saying yes. I'll be like,
Okay.
we still don't know how to get into the next place, right? It's like secret door.
True.
And she actually says, not answering a magic question. Actually, that was true. That you just turn the mirror because we're fairly lazy, and those bitches locked me out with you all in here. So I figured a little payback would be fun.
Not very popular with your friends, I guess.
That was close. You almost asked a question.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's probably because you call people bad names, so you should try being nicer.
So,
Zayke will step close to the doctor, and without her hearing, perhaps it might be wise to ask how many or if any innocents are inside. I think that's a priority.
Ask how many of her there are. How
That's-
many
that's
skin
peanuts.
but also I want to ask,
That's
like,
peanuts.
how are you attempting to bring this guy back? There's so many questions.
But
We have one.
But Izza, is there
We
any
have
chance
one.
I don't tell you that through the course of the rest of the session?
Valid.
We
That's
wanna
true.
know now.
And yeah, innocents are a priority, I guess.
I guess.
I know how
Innocent.
many
Innocent.
Guess says the
there
Vanguard.
are.
Vanguard of Valera, I guess.
But wouldn't it be more useful to know how many more bad guys there are?
No, no. Innocents are more important.
That's bullshit. Sure.
Faraz will just like hold the spear like tighter around her and be like, and have you actually captured any more people down here? Are there any more?
No more captives, no more innocents. There's only one innocent here. And she stares directly at Ro.
I knew that.
Just one
You're
more
not like-
sacrifice.
I'm gonna slap that
What-
look
what
right
you
off her
s- what did you
face.
say?
What was that? What was that?
She has just one more sacrifice.
She like holds the spear like right up against her
Oh.
neck and chokes her.
Can I punch her
Step
in the
between
face,
her and
please?
Ro.
Lena gets a good robot punch in,
Yeah.
and before the doctor kind of, no, the doctor's protecting Ro.
Yeah.
As
She's
Lena's
bleeding out
like-
the corner of her mouth. She's smiling,
I was like
and she
peeking
starts
around the
saying,
doctor.
"Ando Siva, Ando Siva," and as she
There's
says
my
that
fire!
rhythmically, her wounds start bleeding profusely.
I don't think
I didn't
that's
hit her that hard.
normal.
Zayke will
Ro,
hurriedly
turn
look
around.
around with panic in his face and just mutter and attempt to banish her to other place.
This is valid. This is a valid move.
There's that just works. She's doing this chanting. Blood is pouring out from her shoulder and the side of her head and the corner of her mouth at a rate that is frankly alarming. You think she's be dead in seconds. And Zayke, what does it look like, Zayke? You kind of come out from. I imagine you were kind of out of the way, so they didn't see the lead up. They just saw the effect.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So Zayke was close to Lena because Lena said that side jab comment before, and he just kind of frantically looks around and looks panicked and like, what we do? And then just as his face with a semblance of panic, very calmly takes his wand and just traces a sigil in midair, utters this breathy incantation, and rushes towards her and just touches her.
And when you touch her, what happens? It works.
The blood stops pouring almost as it's stasis in time, and the form starts to shimmer out, become translucent, and eventually disappears. Alina, very much like when Zayke reappears.
Yeah. As she's fading, she spits out one more line. You'll never get out of here alive. And as that happens, you hear from up above, up the stairs. And she disappears.
Sorry, I panicked.
What the fuck
What
was
the
that?
hell was that? Faris is like standing there with her spear around where the woman was, I guess.
I tried something new. I've been practicing. I panicked. She was gonna bleed out. Hopefully.
So
won't.
instead you...
Let's just
Here's
lock
where
this
you tell me what
place.
you did.
Let's just lock this place. In theory, if I have the calculations correct, then she'll reappear in the same place. So let's just make sure we lock the door behind us, and then we can deal with this once she's back. Sorry, I panicked.
But there's still more of them down there. We're not leaving.
No, but if we lock the doors, I think we're
I think
fine.
she
I
might
don't-
have.
Yeah, I don't feel like we can leave anymore. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure
that
our
didn't
way in
sound-
just closed.
Yeah, there's that
Good.
too.
Cool. If we can't, then
Well-
she also can't.
Oh
right?
yeah, no, it's
Well-
very cool.
I had been looking at the brick wall. That
Oh yeah, you
was
totally
also a
figured out.
door.
There's like these subtle markings so that people can remember which ones they are, and you just gotta
Oh.
poke these four in order.
I'm gonna look really cool. I'm just gonna like walk over and be like, well, if we can't go up that way, and I'm just gonna be like bloop 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 bloop.
And it's
I figured the door out. So we can go this way.
Okay.
Drop.
Faris is gonna go up to Ro.
I think Rose
how
just
are they
got
looking?
like big green round eyes. I was like poking around the doctor when they stepped in front of Ro, and they definitely did not turn around when Lena was like, Ro, turn around. So they saw whatever that weird blood thing was. And Ro, I think, has seen some wild shit, like just sort of rough nature stuff over time, but definitely nothing like that. And they're just like looking kind of shaken, probably for like one of the first times.
Yeah. Faris just like puts a hand on their shoulder. You okay?
Yeah, I'm better than I guess she was. What happened? What was that?
Zayke just thought of a way to get her away from us.
I wasn't sure what was going to happen, Might have been some kind of detonation procedure. I don't know. Magic is weird. Lena, you think we can lock this from the inside so that she can't leave this chamber once she pops back in?
I mean,
I'd
it
have
seems
to
like
see
she
the.
can control it, can't she?
Well,
Not this
I'd have to see
one?
the
I don't know.
door from the other side, but probably. I imagine the mechanism is the same on the other side, so it's just a matter of resetting the. Maybe I can reset the pattern. Change the lock.
That would be
Maybe.
perfect.
So you're trying to. So there are three portals. There's the
Mhm.
one that goes to the surface. That's like the ground opens up, and that one's
Yeah.
closed again. There's the
Yeah.
one with the knife door. That one's currently open, and then there's the brick wall. And by the way, through the brick wall that now has an opening, you can see a somewhat strafing passage. Jagged like serpentining, and there's this one little beam of light that comes down, and it hits a mirror and shoots down to the first being in passage and goes to the mirror that is cocked out of alignment. And Ro, at this point, you recognize this area, although this wall was closed when you went through here.
Right.
Yeah, like closing and resetting the brick. The one that like is the
Alright.
but like can I try to reset like which pattern makes it go?
It's a magic thing.
Yeah, like, it's magic. Fucking magic.
You need someone else to take a look at that.
Mm.
Hey,
So-
hey,
Yeah, sorry.
Robert?
I was just gonna say, hey Nat, would you consider a flaccid skin cloak to be a corpse?
For what purpose?
I've got an ability called Examine the Dead, and I can examine a corpse to figure out exactly when the person died and how.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. Just gonna
Some of the
walk
answers
over.
might be, let's just say, obvious.
Yeah, I figure as much, but I'm gonna go over.
What was
to
the cause of death?
Yeah, I can determine the exact cause of death and the exact time and date of death.
Okay, so cause of death would be the ritual and thorough removal of all internal flesh with some magical aid. So it's the exact time and date. It's about a week and a half ago.
Week and a half ago. Okay. Just gonna
Early in our season break.
Yeah. Like, he was killed a week and a half ago.
So last time you saw Norm, it was actually Norm.
Yeah.
Okay.
In
And how?
the obvious way, they removed everything inside him.
Disgusting. When was the last? Like, how long ago was the time when we met Norm? Was that like 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
or a bit longer?
So 2 weeks. We took a 2 week gap. It was like we did take a few days there, so it was like 3 weeks ish.
Okay.
Let's call it 3.
She said no more innocence, which implies they may have done this to a lot of other people recently at the same time.
Camera
as
pans to the pile of corpses.
But you said they were in like various different stages of decay, right? So are they looking like around the same, some of them around the same as Norm, or like vast differences? Like some are way more deteriorated and some are much more fresh, or is it sort of just a bit too difficult to tell?
I'll say with the help of the doctor, doing a little bit of a look-see over, because doctor has expertise in this area. There are definitely variations in how long they've been dead, but there's also variations in things done to them. Some are missing components, and there's at least a couple that are actually missing, that are less corpse and more piles of innards.
This is fine.
Connecting to the ritual and magical removal of all internal flesh. The pile of that judged to be maybe like 6 body's worth. And those are all fresher.
I can see why Avis might have been worried about the knights. They often are overzealous. They look at things that are not actually evil as if they are. This is definitely evil, and if they knew about this, they would go batshit insane. It's the best way I could say it.
Yeah, I mean, this is unequivocally evil and disgusting.
Oh, while we're talking about this being unequivocally evil, examining these corpses and stuff, you'll be able to learn this spell if you were interested and are either a wizard, magician, or doctor.
I am two of those things.
I'm not sure you
Brag
want
about
to,
it.
but it's
No, I
there. It's
wouldn't.
on the table.
Choose one.
You ask me for legendary spells, I have to deliver.
Yeah, thanks so much, Nat.
Oh,
Welcome.
but how surprised would you have been if he was like, "Yeah, I'll take that."
Not. It's Robert. The
Listen,
hard part is finding the skin suits. You have one. You could be Norm.
Ooh.
You could be
Norm.
Oh
Norm,
no.
everyone's favorite character.
Shared
Favorite
Norm.
NPC.
Everybody
Norm.
knows my name.
No. Well,
Yeah.
are we? It looks like down there, Ro, you said that you saw mirrors when you were down
Yeah.
here before. Well, it looks like it looks like some kind of puzzle. Perhaps there's a beam of light and a mirror. And she's like looking at it, like it looks like it's we're gonna have to maybe arrange some mirrors to make a light go somewhere.
And she says that it was that one right there. We just turned
Assuming
that
we can
one.
trust her.
What if
But,
it
you
was a
know.
lie?
Like something very mundane to lie about.
You know what they say about lies. The best lies have a very good chunk of truth in them.
Does
Is
that?
that so, Zayke?
That's fair.
Sorry?
Nothing.
Lena's also just like, yeah, this be like, yes, everyone says that this is correct.
Faris is looking at Ro with quite a lot of concern and goes
You mean
back
the
over to
sacrifice?
them.
Shush.
She'll just go back over to Ro, put an arm around them, and mutter, Ro, can you let me see that dagger of yours again, please?
The old one, this one, and
The old
I'll
one, yeah.
pull out the rusty old dagger that definitely has the same crest that we see on the wall on it.
Yeah. In like a quiet voice. You said you thought this was something to do with your original pack, right? This
I
dagger.
mean, I guess when Big took me back, Big's the wolf in charge of my other pack. He took me back to where the pack first found me, and there wasn't anything really there. There was like this rotted old wagon that used to be there, and a bunch of like everything was all grown over. But I found this. It was mostly like buried, it looks like, just like lots of plants over it and stuff. I guess mean people took anything else that was there, because we have a lot of people who take things that aren't theirs in the forest.
Right.
I stopped them.
Good. Do you mind if I show this to the others?
No, that's okay. I don't really know, what to do with it, so I would like my pack's help.
Okay. There's just something important before we move on, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Valestria said that thing about Ro. I'm concerned Ro might have a deeper connection to this place, and she'll show them the symbol on the dagger.
Zake's about to say, surely some kind of scared tact.
Yeah. What?
They showed this to me a while ago, and I said I would look into it, but we were busy at the time. Obviously, we know what symbol this is.
Alika reaches out a hand. Can I see that?
Yeah.
Takes it and turns it over and over again. And one more time. This is not good.
What is it? I mean, I know it's a knife, but
So it's not. It's a nice knife. Well, once upon a time, right? This crest, and she just kind of hands it back to Ferris. About a little more than a decade before the revolution. I've been living here a long time. Well, not that long in the grand scheme of things, most of my life. The Baron had a plot involved finding these people. They get born cyclically, let's say. And they have magics to them. They vary depending on what exactly magic they have, but they always have a talent for it. The Baron was finding them and sacrificing them to attempt to attain everlasting life. This went on until one of his closest confidants bore a child that matched the description. That confidant, let's just say situations like that can make someone have a change of heart. They tried to send the child away. It worked, nominally at least, but we lost track of the child, and they did not survive when he found out. Her eyes slide over to Ro. There was only supposed to be one left.
Okay. This is a lot of information. I'm quite heavy at it.
It's a guess. I want it to be wrong.
Good guess.
Very educated guess.
It makes sense, unfortunately. Ro, are you okay with being down here, knowing this?
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Whatever is happening, somebody is, hurting people in the city, and I can't be a hero if I don't help people when they need it. So I need to stop them.
But you also need to be safe, and these people might try to hurt you, so I just want to make sure.
I will be okay, because I've been practicing a lot, and I have my pack with me, so I bet we can stop them.
Alika kneels down to get out Ro's level and goes, Ro, did you have a chance to read any of those comics yet?
I was looking at the pictures the other night. They were really neat. I can't read most of the words yet, though.
That's fine. It's like the second one in the pile was Magpie number 2. And she has... Megan catches what I said.
Excuse?
And she's always looking at making a judgment about what's worth the risk. Don't forget. Put your hand on your shoulder. You're part of that calculation. If you have to value your own safety too. And that's not a sentence I want to have to say to a 13-year-old child, but
I
keep
think
in mind to yourself.
okay, I will try. But I need to find out what is happening, really, I guess. And I need to stop whatever they're doing. So, it'll be okay if we all stick together. My pack won't let anybody hurt me.
I absolutely will not let anyone hurt you. I promise.
I won't let
No way.
anybody hurt any of you either.
We know,
Would,
Ro.
Agreed.
Quick question: would Lena still be close to Zayke?
Yeah.
So the moment Ro says, "My pack won't let anyone hurt me," you see that the grip on Zayke's sword kind of intensifies ever so slightly. You hear the sound of like the leather of the handle just nudge a little bit.
And now I'm trying to think. I think if I hear that, Lena's just gonna like instinctively kind of like reach her hand back and like put it on their hand. And just kind of like give a look like, yeah, it's gonna be okay. Thinking that it's just like you're nervous about whatever.
The look
Just
you
like
get
a
back,
reassuring. Yeah.
the look you get back is awfully familiar, and it's the same look that you saw before they entered the war discussion at the end of last season. Panic and fright.
And yeah, I'll just like look and be like, are you okay?
As soon as it came, it disappears. Yeah, of course.
Okay. Just like give your hand another little squeeze and then just go back to paying attention to everything else.
Should we go turn a mirror?
Sure, if Ro is
Yeah.
happy to continue, then I think we need to investigate this.
Yeah, we need to stop them. Ro looks actually a little bit like pale and scared, but they're not gonna say anything about it. But they'll put like a hand on their chest, and I'm gonna cast. Oh shoot, what's it called again? Cast in. A 2 AP version of Petrify that actually lets me create a 10 HP, like one go, like chitinous shell, sort of, like of armor. I don't know about the chitinous shell thing,
Ooh.
so I think for Row flavor, it's almost like tree bark, like
Ooh, fun.
like along their skin, sort of just like crops up.
Seeing Ro do this, Faris touches a hand to her forehead and then to her chest, and the shield reappears around her. And she puts the hand back on Ro's shoulder. You're very brave. But I'm not going to let anything happen to you down here, so stick close to me, okay?
Okay, but all of you need to be careful too, because I don't want anybody to wear you.
It's okay, Ro. I'm really small, so like hardly anybody could wear me because I'm small, so I'm probably fine. She says, trying to make a joke.
Just like, okay.
That's a Faris joke right there.
But Ro, it'll be okay. As long as we're all together, nothing can hurt us, right?
Right.
Because we're a pack.
Yes. The pack's gotta hunt together.
Mm-hmm.
Faris flips the dagger around and hands it back to Ro by the hilt. Do you want it back?
Frowns at it, but they'll take it slowly and be like, I guess I should. Yeah. I'll take it.
I mean, you don't have to.
I don't know, it's the only thing I have, so from before, so I'll keep it. Big seems to think it was really important I figure things out, so I'll hang on to it for him.
Okay.
Alright.
Let's go turn a mirror.
Let's go turn a mirror.
All right. So after slightly more investigation, you found that this mirror path zigzags through with like mirrors at every corner, so you can do like the mirror puzzle thing. Eventually, comes out into a room with a very large, imposing door, and it's like circular and stuff. And road. This is where you met the robot last time. So who's hanging back to turn the mirror, and then theoretically everyone else is in the big circle room?
I can hang back because I'm fast. So I figure
Sure.
it's like, oh, I'll turn the mirror and then I can just like run to catch up with everyone.
Well, I was gonna ask, is
Oh,
it
and I have my
within
invisible
sight?
cloak thing, so I can.
If someone was in the right spot in the room, I'd be able to like see them like just on the corner of the zigzaggy turns, but like only barely.
Yeah, like I'll put my shadow cloak on and like pull the hood up and use my AP to be invisible just in case. Just in case.
Nice. Like a whisper.
Yep.
All right, so everyone else is in the circle room. The mirror gets turned. It's literally like just off of the spot. They were super lazy. And
Oh, less lazy villains.
light just the light strikes forward and it hits a mirror on the bottom, on the middle of the circle room. It goes up to the ceiling. As it strikes, there's like this spire, but it doesn't disperse the light the way you'd expect. It turns it blood red and then kind of disco balls the room in blood red light. No dance music plays. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm a bad Halloween party host.
Disappointing.
Monster Mash doesn't
I would say it's a
start
Monster
playing.
Mash. No, it's a werewolf bar mitzvah.
I mean, Ro did just turn 13.
Yes.
Spooky skin. That's the next special event.
Yeah.
Werewolf bar mitzvah.
Rose bat mitzvah.
Rose bat mitzvah.
All right. So as the doors move open, big ancient chain rolling on gears to open them wide. You see a quite large room. It is square shaped, set at a corner to this room, so you can see the big V's of the room. In the center of the room, there is a large dais, 15 feet off the ground, steps on each middle of each side. Up the steps in the very middle is a I'm forgetting the word for like a thing that you display something on a pedestal. A pedestal. The pedestal has a dome of roiling magic, purple and red, and in the center of that dome of roiling magic, spinning ever so slightly, is an iron eye.
Does the magic
Hey.
look like some kind of containment field that might hurt us were we to try and
So
grab
it's just
said
over
iron eye?
it's just over the pedestal, and yes, it looks very angry.
Looks hurty.
Angie magic.
Hurt you.
You
You know, like, there's things that
No
they
touch
art
me, Angie.
in video games to let you know, like, yeah, don't touch it, it will
Yeah.
hurt you. This is one of those things.
Dash into it, dash into it, dash into
Well, that's
it.
what you gotta-
ow, ow.
You have to
Ow.
figure out how much it's going to hurt. So you just
Yeah.
need to like just do a little tester.
No, you don't see anyone else in the room, but it's very dramatic. And the room has like hardcore boss arena vibes.
Yeah, does
I
it?
was gonna say we
Has
hear
the
the music
music changed?
change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was like a
I
stash
was
of
gonna
potions
do that
just
joke when you walk
outside
into the room.
Is there a stash of potions outside?
No,
Yeah,
because I'm a mean GM.
Refill the
Did
cash.
something appear autosave complete on my screen?
Yep.
Right?
Just a little Hades symbol in the corner.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Um,
shit.
You know the like containment field thing? Does it look like it has a power source to it, or is it just sort of generated.
Very self-contained. You do note that there is a spire, like a spike, poking down from the ceiling just over the pedestal, leaving maybe 20 feet of space between the bottom of the pedestal and the tip of the spike. It is similar to the one that received the light in this room, so you think it's a decent assumption to assume it's magic in some sort.
I mean, can we disrupt that in some way?
Throw a rock at it.
Try.
This room is all like stone, right? It's not an earthen floor or anything.
It's not an earthen floor, but it's like brown stones in very large pieces.
Okay.
Also, a note: the light just diffuses the room. There is no light source, but it is lit.
This is weird.
Also, I just said litten.
You did.
Yeah, I was gonna let it go.
I was just
I
gonna.
believe
Yeah.
that's a Pokemon, isn't it?
I believe so.
It is.
It's
It is.
a Pokemon.
I'm gonna.
Litten.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna aim my scalpel at the thing and then just like look at everyone and go, should I just see if hitting it with some magic would do anything?
Give it a go.
What if it bounces back and hits you?
If
Hey, that sounds an awful lot like me.
Something
And everybody
mental.
yells at me when I talk like that, so I'm...
Yeah, but he's not
yeah,
you.
but the difference is I will only take 2 damage. I won't be at 2 health.
I
What is
don't
this
know what
damage you
that
speak
means.
of?
Don't know what that means. I always feel fine.
Why are you speaking again in medicine lingo? I mean, this is...
I don't
Can I shoot it,
understand
Robert?
what you're saying.
Yes, I'm gonna use magic strike. Just regular attack, not my 2 AP
All right,
version.
don't bother rolling.
I'm gonna do
Don't
it
bother
anyway.
rolling.
I
It
got it.
flies forward through. As it's approaching the pedestal, a angrily red rune of the Baron symbol appears and reflects it back at you. It takes the shape of a yearning skull and flies back, hits you when you drop to 0 hit points.
That's
no.
rude. Just as it hits me. I'm like,
Is it gonna bite a cadaver?
Lena, you definitely just hear, I told you so.
and then
So,
this
Nats,
6'7" hulking but thin man just
Timber!
ooh, poof.
Like,
Ah!
I
wow.
Owen! And she'll
I
run to
told
his
him-
side.
I told him not to do that. Like, it doesn't really help anything, but I just need everyone to remember that I was trying to be careful.
So is Falwyn like unconscious now, or I forget how
So
it's
he's at
Quest.
0. If you in quest 0 doesn't require you to be unconscious. You can't take actions. Also, he's not gonna just die unless he takes
Yeah.
more damage.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But Faris will still run to his side. Be like, I can heal you, or can you heal yourself?
So a bit more careful.
Lena.
If you wouldn't mind.
She'll place a hand on his chest and cast Oblation. You feel this warm magic just seep into you.
Oh, that's a lot nicer than mine. Oh, thank you.
You all need to understand that the reason why this usually works for Lena is because she's extremely lucky. So don't take your things.
It's true, there's basically no skill involved whatsoever.
There's some skill, but not much.
No, it's probably about 80-20 luck to skill.
I would say so.
Yeah.
That's
So
great. Yeah. Just
Yeah,
don't
now you know.
don't attack it. It hurts.
Also, I don't like the fact that no one's here to greet us. Are they that confident in the defenses of this place?
I mean, you saw what it did,
well,
right?
you kind of made
walk
the
into the room.
person go away.
Wait,
Where the rune, you said like a rune showed up? Was
Yeah, it
this
appeared
rune
right,
like,
maybe like less than a foot from the pedestal barrier.
was it just like in the sky, or was it like in the stone somewhere, or like what was
It
the rune
appeared in front of the barrier,
situation?
and the magic reflected off of it, and then it disappeared.
Can I
Ro
just
would like
like
to-
oh. Go, Ro?
No, if you got a thing, I
I-
just wanted to row. Yeah.
No, go. I'll go.
What are you gonna do?
After. I was just gonna
Alright,
like toss a
Ro
rock
just-
into the room and see if
Oh,
There-
okay.
And like if it's
Rose-
motion activated, I just wanted to like kind of toss something in there.
So
I mean, that
You
is a
toss
good
a
idea
rock.
for the field, which isn't what I was gonna do. So.
you toss a rock into the room, and faintly at first, organ music begins playing.
It is a boss battle.
It's a boss battle. Rose going to cast Nature's Watch before, like, as they sort of poke their head, like, around Ferris and the doctor's, like, fallen body into the threshold of the room. And I'm going to activate Infrasight, which lets me detect objects nearby whose relative heat makes them stand out, like creatures with warm bodies, which also works through walls. Because I saw that person with the, like, cloak earlier. And Rose also going to... I'm gonna use... I'll say Real Sight, which lets me detect if something is an illusion, with, like, letting me see the illusion sort of as a flicker effect. Because Rose had some experience with illusions after watching Arvis now.
I said, my glasses will do that too. Sam has just reminded
Ooh.
me that my
Ooh.
glasses
Tasty.
also give me infrared vision and show when something is illusory.
Clutch.
All right, so there is no. So strictly speaking, there's no illusion and there's no heat signatures in the room. But there's something that's awful close, so I'm gonna say that you can kind of vaguely see a outline of a person in spiked armor standing near the pedestal.
At
You
the
can't make
pedestal?
out, like, yeah, by the pedal, slightly behind it,
Okay.
just waiting.
What do we do?
Their helmet has horns.
There's somebody.
So they're
there's
probably
somebody in
friendly.
there.
Yeah, I don't know. Someone's in there. They're far on the other side.
The organ music swells to a hit. The figure taps a boot slightly.
Cool, so they're waiting for us. That's nice.
I mean, if they are, then that means we can at least walk into the room without an issue.
That's
don't-
true.
Can I put a
not
foot
actually
in the
in the
room and just kind of like step? Ding ding.
Yep, nothing happens.
I will.
One foot
step
in room?
fo- I will step all in room.
Stand in the room. I mean, this big ass dais that like has stairs that lead up to and everything.
I don't want
Should
I
we
don't want to
follow?
die.
Don't touch it.
I'm not going to touch it. Did you see what happened to him?
Should we let her go in all alone?
All right,
No.
I'm going in as well.
No,
Oh,
we shouldn't let her in alone.
I'll activate my cloak again. Choom choom. Invis.
Sure.
And I just kind of want to like creep along the outside to see if I can get a better look at the person playing the organ. And when I stand still, my shadow is completely gone. Like you only see my shadow when I'm moving. So like if I like
Th-
creep around and like stay.
Yeah. I get you. There's no one playing the organ.
Or
the organ music is.
It's not diegetic.
Yeah.
Damn it!
And the organ music is diegetic because the characters are hearing it, but it's not grounded.
And I see the person in armor.
You do, as you go into the room, you can kind of tell that there's someone there, but because it's not quite an illusion and they don't have a heat signature, you can't see them in good detail. Also moving into the room, you do note that the opposite corner of the room has a good door at it, but it has it has runes with skulls and the eyes look like they could light up. It looks like a whole cow to get open.
I mean,
I can
For
turn
some
into
people.
that.
The figure does seem to be tracking you with just the helmet outline.
balls.
Zayke kind of turns to Ro. So you said there was a figure in the room, yeah?
Yeah, there's some. I can't see too much details, but There's somebody like really big on the other side of the pedestal with like spiky stuff.
All right, well, Lena's inside, so here goes nothing. Zayke steps in the room and starts talking out loud. Hello? All right, what's the plan? What's the big plan? We're here. Congratulations.
Elika will also step in to back you up.
Faris is going to help Thalwyn up to his feet. Are you up to it?
Yeah, let's go. That might be not good. And just kind of like limp forward for just a second before catching himself and then walking normal again.
Faris is going to follow. Make sure they're in front of Ro.
1-0,
So
I guess.
Does that
You got
mean
one of us.
everyone's in there now?
Yeah.
I think Ro probably is the last one in, just sort of trailing like right behind the doctor and Ferris. Just like peeking between Ferris's legs.
Oh, bro.
She probably has one hand sort of on Ro's shoulder.
It's all rough because I'm made of bark right now.
You're always made of bark.
I was gonna say.
Woof.
My bark
Woof.
is as bad as my
Bark,
bites.
bark.
Heterodyne stream cat.
Yeah, it's very important. Everyone stop what you're doing.
So as you enter, the figure appears. They are a tall, imposing figure in you might call it black armor, but it's really like a dull coal gray. Their face is covered with a mask that belies a grinning skeleton with a pointed chin. Has two large horns that wind up above their head, and their eyes appear to just be points of red light in clouds of darkness. Hello.
Ah,
Good morning, Baron. Doctor's making assumptions here.
just to dive right in.
You make assumptions here.
That was wonderful, thank you.
Sometimes it's the quickest way to know anything.
So, how might we address you?
You may refer to me as Rolst, or Sir Rolst if you prefer.
I don't prefer.
Yeah, let's go
It's
with
up to you.
roast.
He begins striding forward casually. He has no weapon that you can see at all. He does have like a slightly billowing, tattered-ish red and black cloak. That's more like a cape, really. Let's be honest here. And that seems to blow in a wind that is just not there, because he's cool like that.
Does he seem magic-y?
He doesn't seem unmagic-y. As he's striding forward, he is coming down the steps. He's approaching the edge of the very large dais, kind of up the steps from where you are. And he calls out, "You brought her."
Well, that's one way to put it.
He looks
What's the
at
plan
around.
here?
Faris's grip on Ro's shoulder tightens ever so slightly.
A conversation,
What?
and then duty.
If you lay a single finger on them,
Rose still gives us despite the situation.
I love them. You will not touch them. If you lay a single finger on them, I will obliterate you.
Well, now, Ferris. Let's see what Rose has to say. Perhaps he might be able to convince us.
Yes, let him talk, and then we can obliterate him.
Or not. We're
He
open
takes
to
a breath.
suggestions.
And he comes down to the edge of the dais that's like 15 feet up, and he just kind of casually puts his arm down and swings his legs down and comes to sit on the edge of the pedestal, puts his elbows on his knees, leans forward, Moves his head forward. He has to kind of put the hands behind the point of the skeleton mask chin. Because addresses Ro directly. What name do you go by now?
My name is Ro Starfall.
It's lovely to meet you.
Okay. I don't know why. What do you want?
That's a complicated question to answer. I'll just say that it has been a long time, and it's lovely to see how you've grown.
Oh, you?
No, you would not remember me, but that is all right. And he winces in pain. And he breathes, or at least he appears to breathe.
Oh.
Waiting is sometimes very painful anticipation. Please. And he kicks off the pedestal and drops the 15 feet down to the edge. Standing up. He starts to walk forward. Please. I want to get a good look at you.
Hey. And Ro sort of
What
like
was that?
shrinks. Why? Ro kind of shrinks behind Ferris a little bit more.
She deliberately steps in front of them as well.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, he's basically face to face with Ferris. You know, maybe like a good, respectful combat distance between.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Doctor's right next to Ferris, just FYI.
Mm-hmm.
Reasonable,
Literally
reasonable.
adjacent.
Lena's like circling.
I don't have much time. I'd like to have a conversation.
You can have a conversation. Like this.
He winces again. She's coming.
So, Rolls, let's make this quicker if you don't have much time. It seems to me that you have been forced to serve somehow, stay in this place for longer than you wanted. Perhaps because you've thwarted plans of the Baron before? Perhaps this is a punishment. Am I correct in making this assumption? You need to explain no more than that. Just tell me that and I think I will know.
He smiles. That's all accurate.
And do you still have the same wishes that you had when you were corporeal? That made you do
Same
the decisions
wishes. Different will. And he winces again. You can hear the leather on his gauntlet tightening.
Is there a way we perhaps can help you strain that new will that controls you? Hold your
There's
hand
but
if
one
necessary.
thing that can release both me and the eye. And it'd be only a piece of her soul. At that point, he winces stronger and actually doubles over, putting his hands on his knees, grunting in pain.
What is wrong? That's. How do you know me?
That's a question I would be disgraced to answer. As that he whips his hand down, and a very intimidating scythe appears in it, like a bolt of lightning.
I'd like to try and cast Befizzle on him.
That's reasonable.
Hell yeah.
As Faris is casting, Zayke says one last thing. I'm I'm gonna say this once more. If somewhere deep down you still hold the same convictions, it's not too late. Man can break magic. Spirit can break magic. Well, then I guess Faris does.
And then
So
Ferris breaks
Ferris,
magic.
you're on the edge of your spell. He is reared the scythe back behind him, but paused. He looks, his head goes from Zayke to Ro to you. You can't make out much expression through the mask, but the eyes are wavering. Do it.
Do it.
Cast
Do you cast it?
Fizzle on him.
All right. Is that one of those things you have to roll for? I don't remember.
No, so with so it automatically works. However, if the enemy is a boss, which I assume this guy probably is,
no, he's just a minion.
I have to concentrate on it to maintain its effect. So
Cool.
the spell ends if you do something else or move, apparently.
Yeah, you
Oops.
can't do jack.
So Faris is just gonna plant herself in front of Ro and try to stop this guy from casting magic because she has a gut feeling that he can do some weird magic booky shit.
That's fair. So that's initiating combat. It works. He has that. It's like that corner of light, I think it was, for
Yeah.
Befizzle. His hand gripped around the scythe, and honestly, it seems like he's waiting. He already could have attacked. It seems like he's waiting, but you get to act because you're the protagonist. You go first.
Zayke is just waiting. Zayke has a feeling that this doesn't need to go that way. So it depends on whatever everyone else does.
Yeah, Faris's reasoning behind casting this is to make sure he can't do anything untoward to Ro using abilities. So it's just evening the playing field just a bit.
So after you do that, is no one attacking? Because that's a valid answer.
Zayke
Doctor's
isn't
just
gonna know
gonna
about anyone
hold
else.
his scalpel
Yeah.
towards the man, but only in like a defensive way.
Yeah,
Kind of take the cues
Lena's
from the group.
Lena's definitely like crouched in attack position, like she's ready to just like spring as soon
How
as
close is Lena?
how
Would you describe yourself as nearby?
I would describe myself as nearby.
Excellent. That's all I need to know.
I don't like that
No
you asked
reason.
that. No,
I don't
am
like the
now
way you said that.
89 feet away. No, well, I was imagining because he roll stalked forward from the dais, yeah?
Yeah. Yep.
I imagine Lena is like between him and the dais.
Sure. Yeah. It's fair.
So facing the group with behind him. No longer
Pause.
invisible because
There's a
that shit only lasts for a minute.
Yeah. There's a pause. He looks at Ferris. Smart. And he spins with the blade of the scythe, and this dark aura emanates off the end of it, and he's gonna attack everyone twice.
Oh no.
Oops. Sorry, everyone.
Well,
Okay,
shit.
so the first one is a triumph. So
Oh, no.
he gets everyone for 6. And then with a mixed success in the second one, 7.
It was
So everyone
7
then
for the
takes
second
7?
one?
7 total. 7 total.
Oh,
That is what
Um,
Ro had left.
So the doctor had 6.
Uh-oh.
So technically it gets hit after hitting 0, just F.
True facts.
Yui?
Roll a d20. Don't roll a 1.
I mean, it's not a 1.
Proud. That's all you needed to not die. Who else is down? Rose down?
Yeah, Ro's down. Because I was in my wolf form, which doesn't give me the powers,
Yeah.
the health swap that the lesser ship does.
And
So it's shared HP.
Zayke's down too, right?
No, I had 7. I had 9. Because
Oh no, sorry. I was thinking about the doctor who got ablationed, not
Yeah.
Zayke. Yeah, so he does this big spin. It's like one of those big, like we're gonna animate it to extend the attack, auras of darkness that sweeps and gets everyone nearby. And you see Ro and Falwyn drop, and as he comes out of his spin, he's just locked on Ro's body. And he drops to a knee. That's him. Go ahead.
I would love to smash a little vial over one of my blades and just lunge at him like a tiny feral creature.
Sure.
And
I
stab at
would
him.
point out that you know he doesn't have body heat. So
Yeah, it's worth a shot. It's only 1 AP, so we'll see.
sure.
So
Give me attack.
16.
That hits.
Yeah.
What's
so
happening besides
so-
damage?
It'll be damage, but this is the victim falls asleep for 1 hour. Just seeing, like, maybe.
Fortunately, the dead get no rest of that kind.
Well, it was worth a shot.
But you stab him for 2 points. He doesn't wince at all. You find a spot between his the spots in his armor. Wild words. Slide it into the hilt. You feel it pushing through something in there. He's just locked on Ro's body.
Yeah. I was also trying to distract him, be like, pay attention to me, bitch.
Zayke will mutter under his breath, just, I guess the spirit of some men at least, and just do the same thing, take his wand out, spark it against the sword, and wild swing at the creature, interposing himself between his line of sight and Ro's body.
Sure.
And shouting,
As you are going to do that, he looks up at you, having said spirits from men, and he says, "You do not wish for her to come."
fine. As he's rushing towards it, and swinging at the same time. Well, in that case, stop this! But swings regardless.
What'd you get?
It was an 11. What is that for the wild swing? I think it's a hit, but
So it is adjusted in our normal way. So that becomes deal double damage, but they counterattack you.
gotcha. Yeah, so it's 6 damage and counterattack.
Oh God. Lena, you gonna take that one?
No!
God. Yeah, God, one of us is gonna go down if it hits.
Unless it fails and I can counterattack.
God. But I feel like you're more useful than I am.
Up to you.
So yeah,
Up to Lena, yeah.
yeah, I'm doing it.
All right. So you
'Cause I'm,
dive
like,
in the way
right
as he
up
does
in
a
him.
yeah. He does. You dive out of the way as he goes for a big like underhanded Zasalamel move, slicing. It was going to the tip of the scythe was going to pierce into Zayke's belly, but instead you ram it. You jump in the way and actually catch part of the haft, but it still slams into you with so much force. You feel some ribs crack as you take 3 points of damage.
Bye.
Got to stop doing that.
That was all I had left.
As Lena
Oh no!
Oh no, what does this mean?
right,
Well,
as Lena
Zayke can
drops,
do more damage, so you're better alive than me.
Valid train of thought.
Alika is going to hop in, sliding forward to where the doctor's down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to pull out a clear potion, pop it open, and just jam it down his gullet and to heal him for 4. And then she slaps you like across on the chest here, and kind of drags you up to your feet and says, "No time to explain, go." And she just points at Ro on the ground, dying.
Nah,
And you get And she's actually giving you an extra action here, so you could potentially act twice.
Ooh. So
Must
I'm
be
gonna
your
kill
birthday.
Ro. No.
Stabby,
I mean, Ro's the problem here. I mean, of course, the
Jacques
doctor
Hughes.
is going to run over to Ro and just like lift them up into his arms as just light and more white light than normal kind of pours out of his hands into Ro's body, healing them to full with the heal ability.
So
if it allows it.
as you're going to do that, he dives forward, and when someone goes to try to heal his bound target, he gets to try to make an attack at them beforehand.
Can I flip him off as a reaction?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
However, that will only do 1 point of damage. As he barely clips you.
Does Rose still get the healing effect, or?
Yes.
Okay,
I mean, unless
just
you
wasn't sure if I
dropped
should.
Fallen in response. Yeah.
Yeah. So you get full 10, and then Fallen's gonna. Is Lena within distance that I can make it to them?
Yeah.
I'm like right in front of Zayke, wherever
Yeah.
Zayke is.
I figured as much. It doesn't. Yep. No. I'm gonna attempt to get over to Lena.
Yeah.
Because
you
I'm
can
an
do there.
idiot.
Heal. He has no response. It's
Oh,
not
cool.
Ro.
Awesome.
Are you
That's
taking Ro
lovely.
with you? Because you picked them up.
Would I be able to?
Ooh.
I feel like you can pick Ro up and put them on their feet,
Yeah.
not actually yeeted
I
them
wasn't
away.
sure, like, what the doctor was trying to do there, you know?
No. I was trying to save another ally, and
Reasonable.
of course,
Please do.
Yeah.
we'll pump a full 10 points of healing into Lena,
Good.
and then just look over at this guy and be like, "Protect Ro." And I don't have anything else I can do.
Says, "Good, fight me, heal them, strike me down."
You wanna fight, bro?
Jeez, Sidious.
Is this still player phase, or?
It would
think-
still be player phase. Lena went. Ferris could drop the physical inact if she wanted to. Lena went. No, Lena didn't go this time because she was unconscious.
Oh.
Some
Oh,
people have
yeah.
acted. I'm not
No,
entirely
Lena
sure. who-
started the round, right?
Oh no, yeah, I started. I popped it off.
Yeah.
Right.
I popped off and went to 0 HP all in one round. 'cause-
Nice.
Faris does glance back to Ro and the doctor when she sees them go down, but seeing Alika and then the doctor deal with the situation, she's gonna choose to keep the fizzle up for now. I'm really hoping this is actually doing something because I feel useless.
I
I'm
have a
sure- I'm
feeling
sure
it is.
He did say smart, so.
Does Ro get to do something if they were unconscious and healed? I don't know how that.
I believe so. I think technically, I'm supposed to call the initiative order, like as a person.
Initiative.
Yeah.
But like it's fine. You can do it. You need the help.
Okay.
What makes sense most? Ro, while
Sorry, what?
unconscious, wouldn't do anything.
Right? I mean, that's why I was like checking. So can Ro do something this turn?
Yes,
or...
Ro can
okay.
do something. Yes,
All
that's what I was
right.
trying to say.
Ro can
Um,
do.
Ro can do. I think for oh man, what are they gonna do? You know what? Yeah, I think Ro is sort of unsteady on their feet once the doctor like heals them and puts them back up, and they're sort of like teetering for a moment, and they shake their head and see everybody getting hurt, and they get really mad. They're just like, "Oh, you're not gonna hurt any more of my pack!" And Ro's gonna turn into a grizzly bear, and I'm just gonna
good.
bound at this guy.
Yeah. All
Or
right.
at least
so
I will the
you,
next time.
yeah, that is your stated intent for next time.
Yes. You know,
On
he sees
Quest to
grizzly
Soaring City.
bear barreling towards him.
Yeah. I think that's everyone? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark?
Now, yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Like, this one got a little messy. That's okay though. He's going to spin spin the scythe behind him and then just do the same thing because that's the move he's got with Ferris repizzling him.
That's
Attack
wonderful.
everyone twice.
Wonderful. Love it.
Bye.
Love it.
Is this a TPK?
Ooh, although I'm in bear form, so at least Ro will still be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first one was bad. Everyone manages to duck it, but the second one is nat 20. So everyone goes down, then he aims down and smacks everyone for 6.
Ouch.
Cool, so I'm down.
Zayke is down.
Yeah.
We might have made some bad decisions.
Hey, at least Lena is at higher than 2 HP.
Yes.
I'm at 4.
Oh, that's
As
Ro's
the-
back at full and is a bear.
Yeah. And as Ferris drops, darkness gathers about his form, and he holds the other hand, and there's this kind of nimbus of darkness, and he shoots it out at Ro. And I have to roll for that, right? That's a roll ability.
Yeah.
And that utterly
Okay.
fails.
Oh, good. Like, is that a spell?
Nat 1. So he was gonna try to lock you in single combat, but that didn't work. He does kind of wig out a little bit, and he like warps to where this bolt hits the wall and is like out of area, and that puts him farther away from Ro he's trying to get at.
Was that a spell?
That was a
Are you
spell.
guys- Can I steal it with the scarf that Zayke gave me?
Ooh.
Yeah,
Doesn't
sure.
cancel it though.
I mean,
It
yeah.
doesn't stop
well,
it,
yeah,
but it means
but
you can
I-
do it later.
But then I have it. What spell is it?
Is there a roll associated with that ability?
Is there Zayke?
Let me double check.
Is there?
Don't
Ask the
so.
magic person who gave it to me.
No, just happens. Can
Alright.
can only produce it
Man.
once.
Yeah.
And it's a thing
So
that
you
if
can write that
it's-
down as a dark duel.
Nice. If it's complicated, the caster doesn't have full notion of the effects or potential consequences. So Nat, go wild.
Oh, it's complicated.
Dark Duel. That sounds.
Oh,
Dark.
cool.
Sounds like Zayke if you spell it wrong.
So, Ferris is down, Doctor's down, Ro is up as bear. Lena's up and Zake's down.
How's Alika?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, Alika's down. Alika got shredded.
No!
Oh no.
There
So,
needs to be a better way.
what stands remaining is Ro and Lena.
Yep.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
Yeah, totally fine.
Who's going? It's your turns.
Man, I'm trying to look up this spell.
Bear Ro's just gonna try to maul this guy's mask face off.
Sure. Take me an attack.
Like I see it. I think Ro Bear sort of turns around and sees like all of their party has fallen now, and there's just this echoing bear roar in this chamber. Butts. That's gonna miss though. That's only a 5.
Yeah, he dodges.
Yeah, I go to like snap and he's just gone. And another roar,
Lena?
but like a frustrated one comes in.
God, I don't know if I have an idea and I don't know if it's gonna work.
Just do it.
So, can I try to take the wand from Zayke?
You totally can. You did learn from the Skelly Bro that the wand
Billy
binds
Bones.
until death.
Yeah,
That
I
doesn't
was
mean
gonna,
you couldn't try.
yeah, like I kind of want to try to see if I can pop something off with it. Thinking like Lena is desperate and knows that like daggers can only do so much against this magic giant scythe man.
So while desperate Lena mind, you did just intrinsically learn a spell that locks someone in one-on-one combat, and he's trying to kill Ro.
That's why I was
Just
trying to
saying,
find
if
the
you're
spell. I'm
desperate
like,
enough. If
Oh,
you're
Nat
desperate
made it
enough.
up.
No, it's not a real spell. I made it up.
oh. Well, then why am I flipping through the book like some?
I don't
No,
know.
no.
Make
Like a noob.
That's on you.
Can I try? Can I do first one then the other?
Those both feel like actions to me.
Yeah. Ro, you good? Does he hit you? Or do you have...
Yeah, but I'm in bear form, so I've got 4 bear points left, and
tanky.
row form is at full when I bounce back. So
Okay.
because the doctor gave me a full heal.
All right. I'm gonna try the wand attempt first, and then if
Alright.
that goes to shit, like I think it probably will, then I will compel duel until he kills me, and then hopefully Ro gets away while he brags
As you
over my
wrap-
dead body.
As you wrap your hands around the wand, you feel a chill run through your soul. What are you trying to make it do?
Hurt that big spiky dude. Like I just want him to stop doing
Bring
what
us
he's
all back to
doing.
life.
No,
So
it's a bad wand. Why do I think it's gonna heal anybody? I know it's bad. I
That's
just
the
want it
things
to
I love
hurt.
about
Bad
Quest.
wand.
So one of the things I love about Quest is that its main mechanic, rolling the die, doesn't just represent how good a character is at something. It's also a test of fate, a test of luck. So why don't you roll the die?
Oh,
See what
Megan.
happens.
Oh my god.
Megan! You better roll that good.
Okay, here we go.
No pressure.
14. Which
That's
is
a full
one off
success.
from.
Ah!
So you grip the wand and try to like mimic some arcane ideas. You try to do what Zayke did, and it's just
He's
coming out all
flashing.
wrong. And then there's a moment where suddenly your hand's not moving of your own design, and you feel this presence. You go, let me take care of that. And your arm starts moving of its own accord. You sketch out a fairly complex sigil very quickly. And Lena, I'm just gonna say it to you straight. You have a choice here. You can do 4 points of damage, or you can temporarily yeet him to the Shadow Realm. Those are your options.
I would like to yeet him to the Shadow Realm.
All right, temporarily. Let the record mark that I said that word.
I don't know how long temporarily is, but let's hope it's maybe long enough to get the fuck out of here.
As the sigil strikes him, he starts to fade like Zayke does. He goes, I will be back. Again and again. I'm sorry. As he disappears. The wand starts to burn like cold fire in your hand until you have to drop it. Well, except you have a robot hand, so you just see it like
Yeah,
icing over your arm.
I can fix that. Yeah, I'm. Yeah, if because I'm holding it, and then I'm just holding it.
Aggressively cold. There's a moment where things are very suddenly quiet. You see you have 4 friends unconscious, not unconscious, but incapacitated on the ground. There is a thunk, kukum. Another one, kukum. The door on the far end, the one looked very complicated, starts to open again. You hear something heavy and metal approaching. And that's when we're in session.
Oh my god.
Malakar.
Shit!
Oh, no.
Holy crap!
I would like to apologize.
It's
Don't you
fine.
dare.
It's fine.
Don't. Why?
I have less AP right now than I've ever had in this game.
Same. Oh my god.
Oh, and
Actually,
HP as
same.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Ow.
Well, let's just hope
That was
someone
session
has...
2. That was session 2.
Seriously? Oh my god.
Are you sure that wasn't second to last session now?
Yeah.
Remember,
right?
like session 2, session
Feeling.
3 last season, you fought Darwinell. It felt like it was supposed to be anything. Like this is just how I pace.
Yeah.
That's how we do.
Oh yeah, I swear. And then I was like, I feel like we're fighting the final boss before we should be.
Right? Well,
That means
So
he
at
can't
least-
possibly be the final boss, right?
right?
I'm not gonna name the final boss Rolst. Come on.
Why
No,
not?
Sir Rost, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
He said, "If you please," because he doesn't even want that.
Fair enough.
It's
Oh my
actually
God.
Lay Sir Rolst.
I will fight
sorry?
you.
Oh, you know,
Today was fun. Today
It
was fun.
was.
Yeah. Nat.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fun in a murder your friends kind of way.
What you doing to my friends, Nat?
great.
So everyone is going to. So this is our second session. So you get a new ability, and everyone also gets 10 AP for this session.
Oh, thank
Indeed.
fuck.
I have still less than I started
Seriously?
with.
That'll happen sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my next ability is going to be intercept, so now Faris can foolishly sacrifice herself for party members as well.
Yeah.
Valid.
I can only do it for Zayke.
I can do it for everyone, and you bet your ass Faris is going to do it.
The
Like, how
reason
dare
they
you?
are
You
so
know I
hot
can't
on the
get you
trigger
back.
is for them. It's free.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it costs something, no, I can still do it because I don't have like anything that uses AP. All I know is stab.
Right? Oh my
Well,
God.
after this, maybe you'll learn something new besides stab.
Ooh.
But why?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Why though?
So, shall we do our end of session thing?
Yes, we shall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez. Oh boy.
Damn.
Right?
Right.
Robert, you care to kick us off?
Hi. Yeah. I'm Robert. I was your doctor tonight. You can find me on the interwebs at Voices of Robert. I love you. Thank you for being here. You're wonderful. And that is
Good
it.
Lord.
I'm gonna give this to Megan, who's right down there.
Thank you. Hello, I'm Megan. You can find me most places on the internet at MeganLynnFTW. You can find me here, obviously on Mondays. You can also find me tomorrow here at 7 p.m. Eastern for my show Unprepared, where I facilitate GMless and prepless indie games. We are playing Our Queen Crumbles, which is a really cool spoopy narrative storytelling game. I also write games, and you can find any of my games at meganlynnftw.itch.io, the newest one being a quest supplement about creating character bonds. And I think it's pretty cool. So
It's so
you can,
cool.
So you can check that out if you want. And yeah, that's all I've got going on right now. So I'm going to toss it over, I think, this way. Probably not. To Izza.
Hey, I'm Izza. You can find me at Evil Clever Dog on Twitter and Instagram. I do many things, but the main thing I would like to shamelessly plug tonight is that tomorrow my YouTube channel is officially launching, and it's sponsored content with Bethesda UK. It's very fun. I really love working with them, and so yeah, I'm uploading that first video tomorrow afternoon. So please come check it out. It's youtube.com/evilcleverdog. And I will obviously post on Twitter and everything so that people can see when the video goes up. And yeah. Also, again, I'm very sorry.
Apologize for nothing.
What if all this was your fault?
Yeah, what if
Absolutely
before we
nothing.
just wanted to have a chat?
just a little bit instigatey, combatty.
It's just a norm all day.
Oh my. Oh.
Get out.
See, you're not the one that should be sorry.
Yeah, no, I rescind my apology completely. I've never done anything wrong ever in my life.
You
I
can
know
trust
this, and I love
trusting
you.
Nat.
The only mistake I made was trusting that. So yeah, I think
That's our first shirt.
Yes.
There's our shirt. Yeah.
So yeah, come watch my fucking YouTube video tomorrow. Go Nuno.
Best transition ever. Hi.
What are
Or should I say
segues?
goodbye? I don't know. I'm Nuno. I played Zayke, the kinda slash evil, but not because he wants to. Character, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. Can you please fix Zayke already? This is getting ridiculous.
If we don't
Dude,
die,
I am
we'll
fucking
see.
trying.
Hey,
Good.
whoa,
so-
rude. Zayke is my friend. Okay, he doesn't need fixing. Okay, he's his own person.
No, I
I'm
think
going-
he does.
I will betray this entire city to fix him. Do not worry.
There's the
I
betrayal.
think I just saw Lena vent.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-oh.
Lena and Zayke are the
Oh.
No, just follow me to
Together.
medbay and watch me scan. It'll be fine.
So is it
Regardless.
Zelina? Is that the name?
The
For them
shitting
together?
with Lena?
Well, is it better than Lake?
Lake?
Yeah.
Zelina's definitely better than Blake.
I really like Lake Zelina. It's a nice place to go.
Get out of here, Robert. Let me finish my plug. Find me online at jnunutex, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you find people online. Projects, this is the only one I have currently, so check it out every Monday here. That's it. Sam. Yeet.
Ah! Hey everyone, I am Sam. You can find me on Twitter at @thesamwisest. I'm samwise_gameg here on Twitch. I am one of the admins here at the Chimera, and I'm the accessibility director. You can see me right back here. I will be playing in Megan's Unprepared Game tomorrow, so make sure you check that out. I will also be here on Wednesday for our Fantasy Age campaign, Agora's Bells. We are entering some endgame stuff, and it is wild. So come and mess it at and check it out. I actually believe we're going to be having like a special Halloween session for Wednesday. So if you like spooky fantasy stuff, come and check it out. Yeah, it's a week of Halloween here at the
So
Chimera.
it's gonna be just like this one. I expect
Yeah.
flaccid
I
skin
mean,
cloaks.
I was gonna say I will talk to Chris
cloak.
and I will ensure that we have at least Chris, don't.
Just invite
don't.
Nat. And just invite Nat and you're golden.
There we
As
go.
long
we'll
as
be
I'm not
fine.
hosting.
After
As
this,
long
I
as I'm
think
not
none of us
hosting.
are inviting Nat anywhere ever again.
Right? No.
Hey.
And now, would you like me to do the sponsor speech, or do you have?
Sure.
it? Sure. So, here at the Chromatic Chimera, we are fortunate to be sponsored by some fantastic folks. Right now, we have a handy-dandy link that will take you to all of our sponsors with information, links, and our codes. Thank you to Tabletop Loot, Heartbeat Dice, Artisan Builds, Pelgrane Press, and of course, Adventure Games for letting us be Quest affiliates. If you liked watching us play Quest today, you can go to adventure.games/store and use code NOINITIATIVE for 10% off, and all of this could be yours.
You two
do-
could have.
you do get a free
could
nap.
have
Flaccid
blessed
Every
skin
purchase.
cloaks.
suits.
Your mileage may vary. Flaccid skin suit not included.
Work
In
for
this
these
edition.
people.
You may we have a whole program for guides to be taught by Nat.
Mr. Quest, I'm
I'd
so
do that.
sorry. and
Mr. Quest
thank
said
you.
he would make it an official item. Can confirm. He definitely said that in the chat. Like definitely said
Definitely.
that.
I'm
No
pretty
need-
sure he
No-
definitely
no one's
just
making it up.
backed slowly out of the
No
chat,
need to
never
go
to be
check.
seen again.
Yeah, hopefully that code still works.
Yeah,
If it doesn't,
Yeah.
let us know.
yeah. If it doesn't,
If it doesn't, you know why.
we know where we stand.
Hi.
Nat.
I'm Nat. I do this. So if you liked this, follow me on Twitter at CrimeNat, KREIMNAT. This is my main thing right now. I also do freelance writing and layout design. And also, hopefully, knock on wood this time, on the 7th, we're going to be kicking off a lovely little second game, Burn Bright, with Iza and a couple other amazing people. A small little game, just 3 players. We're going to dig in and have a good time. Also, learn a new system. So, like, you know, if you're interested in figuring out what Burn Bright's like, come check it out. It's a cool game.
It's so fun.
Besides that, I would just like to thank our sponsor, Rose Wolf Simulator. It's an important part of the team. That's me. Now, please get me out of here. Please.
Don't let him lie to you. He
Thank you
loves
so
it.
much, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
We're
Love
gonna meet
you.
our friends
Bye.
at Rhinehander, so say
Ooh.
hello from us.
Tell them we sent you.